Is this guy? How did the most optimistic, hopeful character in the galaxy turn into this hermit who says,
he's not my Luke Skywalker? Luke would never say that. I'm sorry. Well, in this version, see, I'm talking...
Something that George initially set out to do was a kind of 3-act saga with these 3 trilogies, and I think we felt that we should honor and respect that.
Liar! Everybody should remember that the camera adds 300 pounds.
You know, like I say, I didn't know it was going to be bought by Disney, because this was summer of 2012. Then they announced that Disney had bought Lucasfilm around Halloween, which would have been October 30th. It was announced. And, you know, we didn't know who the director was going to be. And then they announced J.J. Abrams, and it all came out. It was all very, very exciting. And, I hope people are happy. It seems like, because in Hollywood, remember, kids, it's not important if it's of high quality, only if it makes money. Now, I don't want to, I mean, a good example would be Transformers. And to be completely fair to Michael Bay, I have never seen a Transformers film. I know they're among the highest grossing films in Hollywood history. I saw a trailer, and I'm too old to process that much information. I mean, the thing looked like it was edited in a Cuisinart. If you try and count 1 1,000, 2 1,000, and it's just mind-boggling. And they're cutting everywhere where you don't know where you are. I mean, it's cinema of bewilderment, you know. But what I'm saying is, they keep making, all I'm saying is I've never met anybody that's my age, or probably even your age, that say, oh, I love that movie. You know, most people are disparaging of that particular franchise, but they keep making them because they make huge amounts of money. And oh my God, I just realized this is all on film. But my larger point was, it doesn't matter if it's good as long as it makes money. So because The Force Awakens made a lot of money, I can't be, it's not ergo, it's good.
Fade in.
No, God!
Fade in. Fade in. Fade in. Fade in. Fade in.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
I am the type of Star Wars fan that doesn't even have a favorite movie. I just want to live in the universe of Star Wars continually, in perpetuity, forever. So when people are like, what's your favorite Star Wars movie? I'm like, there is no Star Wars movie. There is only Star Wars.
I'm gonna kill myself! I'm going to kill myself, and it's your fault!
The sequel movies were just the worst garbage ever. Last Jedi was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. I wanted to leave the theater, but I was like, I can't. It's Star Wars. You know, I need to watch it. But man, was that bad.
I think that the thing that George never did was maintain the status quo. And I think that that's really important because...
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you!
When I read 8, I told Ryan, I fundamentally disagree with virtually everything you've decided about my character.
is this guy? How did the most optimistic, hopeful character in the galaxy turn into this hermit who says it's time for the Jedi to end? I read that and I said, what? I mean, that's not what a Jedi does. I mean, a Jedi is optimistic. A Jedi has tenacity. He never gives up. He doesn't secrete himself on an island. But you'll...
What's the best kind of firework to buy?
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
Where are your parents? Kid's sketchy. Back to you guys.
So they wanted us to keep going. That Star Wars girl said, keep going. Okay, so...
Yeah, that Star Wars girl.
That Star Wars girl.
Star Wars
Anna.
girl.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Star Wars girl. Yeah, hit us up. Well, I think let's do it.
Nice. Yeah.
If you've got a show and you're from the Azores, let's do it.
There you go.
There. Was Carl there? Star Wars girl was there. Wait, Star Wars girl was there? Yeah.
Well, then that's good. I didn't go. I think she definitely doesn't like me.
I mean, I don't think she likes me now either.
Oh wait, what'd you say to her?
Well, I walked. She's hot, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, who the fuck is this hot bitch at the woman at the bar all night? And then I walked over to say like, oh, good job to, I don't know, Lila Hart or something, I think. And she said, you're Nick Rakita's friend, aren't you?
Yeah.
And that annoyed me a little bit. So
you're like, Nick Rakita's my friend, bitch. I made him.
I said, yeah, who are you? And she goes, I'm Star Wars girl. And I said, oh my God, you're so much hotter in person. I mean, you're hot online. Don't get me wrong. You're hot online, but in person,
hotter.
I said something like that, and then
she doesn't.
I was like, all right, I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna quit while on my head.
Okay, so I should have shown up to be awkward around women and make them hate us more. That would have been good.
They love that shit.
Wait, what are we talking about?
I figured out how to monetize social justice warriors.
I have no love for He-Man.
I know, but I have no love for He-Man either, but he's got a place in the world in a comic book story.
When I was a kid, I'd watch He-Man and Masters of the Universe when I got home from school. From 1981 to 82, it was a rich...
I'm kind of retarded. There's some chick named That Star Wars Girl or something like that. And she wrote this fucking screen. She was like, you're always doing this. And she ended with, be a man. And I was like, what the fuck? I've been struggling my whole life not to be a man.
Yeah.
Grown up fucking teenager.
Not to be the version of a man we thought we were supposed to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The man that she was suggesting that I'd be. And
like
stuff.
our dad's generation.
Who didn't fucking cry.
No.
Although my father cried.
Shove that rod up that cunt's ass.
Hey, what are we talking about?
That Star Wars girl.
That Star Wars girl. That Star Wars girl. That Star Wars girl. That Star Wars girl. That Star Wars girl. That Star Wars girl. That Star Wars girl. That Star Wars girl. That Star Wars girl. That Star Wars girl. That Star Wars girl.
Oh yeah. Be a man.
No, would you spit in his mouth?
To all of our Star Wars fans in China.
What's up, ni hao? Oh my goodness. Okay, I totally blanked and I forgot to tweet about this. So give me a second while I write this tweet. But hello, everyone. Hello. I want to say good morning because I don't know why. Yeah, actually, I do know why. It's because I had caffeine. Went to Starbucks. I had a busy day today. For those that don't know, hello, welcome. I'm Anna. Oh, what's up, all my Ewok Shoals, Droids, and Wookiees? It's Anna, also known as that Star Wars girl. And I had a busy day today. For those that don't know, I'm gonna try to get through the stream without crying. It is my my sister's birthday. For those that are new to the channel, if you didn't know, my sister passed away a few years ago, and I usually get drunk today, so I've had a long day. I took the baby up to my friend Sav's house. If you guys have been following the channel for a while, you guys know Sav. She's my best friend from college. She lives. You know what's funny? It's like with no traffic, it's like a 20-minute drive, and with traffic, it's like a 2-hour drive. But I went up to her place today, and we took the baby in the pool, and we swam. And she knew that it was my sister's birthday, so she was like, she already knew, like, okay, I needed friend time, distracting time. I've been trying to talk to my mom. I talked to her a little bit, and for those that don't know, I know like it's bad for parents to have a favorite, but I know for a fact my sister was my mom's favorite child, and my mom like tries to like say that it wasn't, but it's like, Mom, I know she was your favorite, and I don't have anything against that. I mean, my sister's probably was my favorite family member as well, and we all obviously have like a favorite parent. Like I'm a daddy's girl. I get along much better with my mother now that I'm an adult, but we did not have a good relationship growing up. I barely was on speaking terms with my mother before my sister passed away, and we obviously talk now, but yeah, so it's not an easy day, and I feel bad that I've been kind of distracted and haven't had a chance to talk to my mom because, I know that she needs to talk to someone. So my brother's kind of picking up the slack today, but it's not, it's usually the day that I just lay in bed and cry or like drink, I guess, have a couple, birthday shots for my sister. So yeah, it's not the best day, to be completely honest with everyone. But I was nice going up and seeing Sav. And so we were up there swimming. My baby loves the pool. She loves swimming. She's like grabbing the water because she doesn't understand like what water is. So she's always like slapping it and like trying to grab it. And she like just can't. She doesn't understand yet that like you can't grab it and pick it up and put it in your mouth because that's what babies do. They literally put everything in their mouths. So it was cute. It was fun. It did a good job distracting me. And then I sit there and I'm holding my baby and I'm like, my sister never gets to meet my baby. And I, just don't want to cry. But so that's what's going on. And then I did my Star Trek show. And then now I'm here talking to all of you guys. So I hope you guys are all having a great, great day. And yeah, it's fun. So let me post that I'm live. Let's see. I'm live now. I don't know if you guys, but I'm like one of those people. I have a very difficult time like typing or even texting and talking at the same time. It's funny because I can multitask, I think, pretty well, but I feel like you have like superpowers if you can talk and then type a completely different thought, Also, I do need to make money this month because I've been bad on YouTube. So if somebody sends me $100 super chat, I will stream the rest of the show in just the bikini. So putting that out there, I will follow Cecil's advice. There we go. Okay, which I have no problem doing. I'm very confident in my body now that I'm back in shape and I'm proud of it. And people that give me shit for it, well, they can go F themselves. Let's see. What am I doing? I got to get the link for this. Yeah, this is very professional. Fucking mosquitoes, man. Okay. I'm taking this camping. I am going camping up in Tahoe. We go every summer, and I'm taking this with me because I get eaten alive by mosquitoes. I found out mosquitoes like positive blood, and unfortunately for me, I have positive blood. And they like my blood, and I'm just like, stay away from me, you freaking mosquitoes. Stay away. Unfortunately, well, you know what sucks? Peaches and the baby have negative blood. So I'm O positive. I think Peaches thinks he's B negative, and the baby is O negative. So I'm like, you mofos. I'm going to be the only one that gets eaten alive, and you two are spared, which my baby being spared is fine. But I'm like, just some things in life aren't fair. Like, why is, like, But it's funny. So Peaches' mom is AB positive, and then Peaches' dad is O negative. So it's funny how like genetics work like that. Let's see. Does anybody in the chat, do you guys know if you have AB negative blood? Because apparently that's the rarest one. Okay, where is this photo? FH. I always just send myself a selfie that I take, and then I have to grab it off like my screen. Okay. There we go. Posted it on the Twitters. Now I just got to do the YouTube tab. It's such a fun thing. Since YouTube doesn't send out notifications, I have to make it all myself. And I apologize for doing this while I'm live instead of doing this beforehand. I was busy. I literally just got home in the nick of time to be on the landing party show on time, and now I'm just, scrambling. But you know what? I'm here, and it's all working. But I got one more to post, and then we'll be good. I used to post on Instagram too, but Instagram's not that great when it comes to doing this kind of stuff. Fun story. I went to IKEA yesterday because I needed to get lids for some bins. So they finally make like the perfect size bins for me to put all of like the posters for my like campaigns in. And they're like 11 by 17. They're perfect for the calendars. They're perfect for the posters. And so, but the lids for them are really weak. So once I stack them, like after a while, they bend in and they break. So I had to go get replacements. So I went to IKEA and I had meatballs. If you guys ever go to IKEA, go buy their meatballs. They're Swedish meatballs. They are so good. So I'm shopping. I've been looking for a rug to put in here that's like durable and it won't matter if I spill paint on it and stuff like that. And the pricing for the rugs like make absolutely no sense. But I went to the sales section and the rug I wanted was there on the sales section. I was like, perfect score. I was having such a great time at IKEA. And then as I was leaving, I guess they had some kind of like artist conference. And this girl I used to work with years ago, her art was there. And I was like, oh my gosh, her name's Chriselle. And I was like, I haven't seen Chriselle in ever. And so like I tagged her and she commented and I was like, oh my gosh, like I hope you're doing well. That's so awesome seeing your like work up here. It makes me so happy when my friends are, doing well. But as I get out to my car, somebody keyed my car and I'm not happy. And it was so bad. The metal is showing and I'm so fucking pissed. And I usually park like on the side of IKEA, so it's always in the shade, but I park like over where nobody else parks. And it's like, they have like these little corners and on each, it's like you can fit 3 cars there, but like one spot is always blocked off for construction. And then on each side of these like 3 car spots, it's windows because that's where like the offices are. So there's always people. So there's no chance of like somebody breaking in your car. But yesterday was like right when I pulled in, there was like a parking spot right there in front. I was like, oh, that's nice. I never get to park right here. So I parked right there. And I'm stupid. I should have just parked where I always park because my car wouldn't have gotten keyed. And Peaches was like, either somebody like dug their key in or it was like a shopping cart. And I'm like, I feel like it's too small to be a shopping cart. Here, I took a picture. You guys can tell me what you think. But I'm fucking pissed. That's your fault for driving a Tesla. I don't drive a Tesla. I drive a truck. I drive a used Toyota pickup truck that I bought off of my dad's friend from Florida. Okay, here we go. Where's the photo of my truck? Okay, see? And that's not like a small scratch. Like that's here compared to like, you see the handle of my truck? And this is on the driver's side door. So look at how deep that is. I was fucking pissed. So get the store's cam footage. I looked around and right where there is no camera. So I can go and ask them. Cameras will show who did it and arrest them. They won't arrest them. That's not going to happen. But I'm so mad about it. So this always happens to me. So when I drive up to go see my parents, so I'll tell you guys the story. This will piss you guys off to no end. So I think it was for my wedding. I don't remember exactly what it was for, but I know for a fact I only stopped. So I live down in Southern California. The rest of my family lives in Northern California. And I'm like, it was for something, but I was going up and usually me and Peaches drive together, but Peaches was already up in Northern California, which is why I'm thinking it was for my wedding. But I was driving up and I stopped on the opposite end of the Grapevine. So for those that don't know, if you guys aren't from California, let me pull up a map. We're going to have story time before I get into my main topics. Map of actually Google Maps. Why? Well, like Google Earth. I got to vent about this. Got to vent. Does anybody use Google Earth anymore? I was behind, or one of those trucks, or not trucks, one of those like cars was behind me. Okay, let's see. No, go away. Go away. Yeah, just California. Come on, just show me California, please. Okay. So let me explain to you guys that if you guys aren't from California, that's completely fine. I understand. Okay, so we're going to look at the Google Maps of California. Okay, so I live down here. Let me see if go away. Let me zoom in. Okay, so my family, my mom lives right here, and then up here in the mountains is where like Peaches' parents live, and then Peaches' daughter lives here in Fresno with her mother, and so I live all the way. Where is it? Where is Huntington Beach? So I live over here. You see? I live over here. And the IKEA that I go to, where is it? It's like over here on like the 405. It's somewhere around here. Oh, actually right here. This is the IKEA I go to. And then this right here, this big building right there, that is the post office I go to because that's the distribution center. And if you guys know how the post office works, they if you take packages to the distribution center, they go out faster. So let's say you want to send your mail to your next door neighbor and you put it in your mailbox. Well, the mailman just doesn't take that and give it to your next door neighbor. They take it and then it goes to the distribution center and then it goes out. So it's much faster if you just deliver things to, I'll show you exactly where I parked, man. This is where I usually park. I usually park, where is it? See, over here, these 3 parking spots, I usually park in this spot or this spot because right here, the first floor is like offices. So they can see you right here. And so this is usually where I park. That'd be funny if that was like my truck, but it's not. And instead, I parked right here because it was open. Or is that? Yeah, I parked right here. And so whoever was parked right here hit my car. But see how fun that is? But so this is IKEA. That's where I usually go. This is like the one farm left in Orange County. And then right over here, I think this is the post office. Yeah? Yeah, because it's got the worst parking lot ever. So this is the post office. If anyone is going to kidnap me, by the way, this is where I go. This is where my P.O. box is. So I walk right in here. My P.O. box is right here. When I go and drop all you guys' calendars, I used to have to back in right here to dock 12, but now they have this thing for small business owners and they have all the bins right here. And then, so I just pull up right here and their bins are either along this wall or right here. So this is where I deliver all your guys' calendars in case you guys are wondering. But anyways, long story, I'm going to summarize. So I have to drive from over here all the way up. Let me show you. So from right here all the way up to like here sometimes, or if not over here. So it's a very long drive. It's like basically all of Europe in one drive. But so Southern California, you see all these are mountains. So Southern California is cut off from the rest of California by these mountains. It's called the Grapevine. And so right on the opposite side of the Grapevine, right here where all these farms are you see where these two freeways diverge? So there's gas stations right here, and then you either take the 5 up or you take the 99. And so I always have to take the 99 because that's the way I go. But so right here is where all like here we go. You see this? This is where all the gas stations are. So we usually stop over here because this is in and out. And then this is an area for the dogs. So Tulip and Dixie have gone potty here many, many times. We usually stop here. Well, I didn't. I pulled over because I wanted Starbucks, which is right here. So I went into I went into Starbucks, or no, I didn't go. I drove through Starbucks and I had to pee like a mofo. So I pulled in here to get gas. I parked here, obviously to get gas. I ran inside to go pee and I had to pee so fucking bad. I peed and I peed very quickly. I peed, ran out, jumped in my car and took off. Now, the 5 minutes that I was parked here and went pee, somebody backed into my fucking truck, and I have one of those like guards, like the metal guard in the front of my truck, and it dented it. And I didn't have that dent before. And then by the time I got up to Peaches' parents' house, they're like, what happened? Like, where's this big old dent from? So some bastard, when I was parked here, backed into me to try to get into one of the gas pumps, left a big old dent in my metal guard on front of my truck, and then took off. So I asked them when I drove back, I asked them for the video footage, and they're just like, well, we have cameras, but like we can't give them to people. And I'm like, look at this giant thing on my truck. So it's stuff like this. It happens only to me. And Peaches is just like, he brought up this and he's like, now your car is getting keyed. He's like, this shit only happens to you. And I'm like, I know. It's like, I have the worst luck when it comes to vehicles. It's not fun. It's not fun. So yeah, there's a little in-depth on my commute and my life and shit that happens to me. But so yeah, you got to ask for the manager. I know. Anna hit something. No, I didn't. I know it's a joke that women drivers are bad. I'm actually a very good driver. I had the last time I got into like an accident where it was my fault, I was a teenager and just learning how to drive. And when I first moved down here and moved in with Peaches, I didn't know that there was this scam. So what people do is, in this motherfucker in like a shitty fucking Subaru. Okay, so I was in, I think it was Hobby Lobby, and because they were having either a sale on paint or paint brushes. I don't exactly remember, but I went in to get paint or paintbrush. Knowing myself, I probably got both, but I went in to get that. I went out to my car, and at this point, so I used to drive like a little old Chevy S10, so it's like a little truck, right? But there was something wrong with it, and so it was up at my cousin's shop, which is by where my dad lives, and so my cousins were working on it, and so because of that, I was using like our old family Suburban, which my youngest sister had been driving and hadn't Lila, I don't want to not Ellen, not the one that passed away, my youngest sister, the baby sister. She didn't pay like the registration on it, like for the year that she drove it. And then it was just parked at my dad's house because there was something wrong with it. And then so I had to like go pay this $800 like registration / late fees, which I was so pissed about. And I was waiting for like the new tags to come in. So I had like, you know, the little thing that they give you at AAA for like, oh, you know, I paid for everything. They just haven't come in yet because the tags were from like, you know, at least 5 years old. So in case I got pulled over. And so I was already stressed out about that. And this Hobby Lobby was really close to like where our apartment was. And so I didn't know about this scam that happened in like this area because I was kind of by like this fancy schmancy mall. So they do this on purpose because they know like a lot of rich people go to this mall that's across the street from the Hobby Lobby. And what they do is they scout out, you know, people leaving stores. And so I was backing up. I looked and I was looking and there was no one there. And so what they do is they wait until you're backing up and then they speed up and then they like either hit you or make it look like you hit them. But because you're the one that's like backing up, it's your fault. And so that happened to me. I had looked a second ago and there was no cars there. And then I look, you know, the other way and I'm slowly pulling out because I was in this big boat of a fucking Suburban. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there's a fucking Subaru. And I'm just like, I slammed on my brakes so fucking hard. And motherfucker hit me. I get out of my car and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, are you like, why are you like, are you trying to hit me? Like, what the fuck? And then the guy was just like, you backed into me. And he had somebody else in the car. He's like, yeah, I saw it. And I'm like, I did not back into you. I'm like, you hit me. And he like looks, and it's the crappiest fucking Subaru you've ever seen. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to have to take this in. That's going to be $2,300. You want to just pay me? And I said, absolutely fucking not. Give me your insurance. Let me take a picture of your license and your insurance. And then I was talking to my insurance and I explained to them the situation. And I'm like, no, like there was no one there. He drove and she was like, are you in this area? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, okay, that's a regular scam that, you know, is going on. We have like so many people that, you know, have this happen to. And she's like, was it this Subaru? And I was like, yes, it was. So, and no, it was not. It was a white dude. It was like, you know, dash cams. This isn't my usual car. I was borrowing it from my dad because my car was in the shop and I had to go and do all this stuff with it. But I was pissed because it's like a boat of a Suburban from the 90s. It doesn't have any of those like updated stuff. But yeah, no, even my freaking insurance knew. So that was the last time that like I got rear-ended by some kid who didn't have insurance. And that was my old truck. And that was like my truck was on its last leg. And I did report it to my insurance because I was fucking pissed. I'm like, you shouldn't be driving if you don't have insurance. And he was just like, at first he's like, oh yeah, my dad owns a shop. And that changed. Then he changed his story to like, oh no, my dad watches YouTube videos to like, he'll watch a YouTube video and do it in his garage. And I'm like, no, no. And this is the truck that like died that I got stranded in Compton in. So you know, yeah, I have bad luck with cars and people, but knock on fucking wood, I'm actually a very good driver. Now, my sister totals every single car she touches, which is why I ended up with that Suburban because she fucked it up and then my dad spent all this money fixing it for sentimental reasons because that was like our family car. And ever since, you know, my middle sister passed away, we all have a hard time getting rid of things that, you know, we have memories of with her. But anyways, that was a lot. So let me read some of these super chats, which by the way, thank you everyone. Ricky Bobby, thank you for becoming a new member to the channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Russell Hall, thank you for the 2. Is Ethan forking with us? Why? What did Ethan do? I'll look at the chat. What did Ethan do? Oh my God, something just got in my eye. Shit. Oh my God. I used to have a mirror here. I pulled the longest tulip hair out of my eye the other day. Oh my God, look what was just in my eye. Do you guys see that? Do you guys see? It's too like fine of a. You guys can kind of see it's very blurry, but it was a very long white hair. Tulip and Dixie are both shedding right now, and of course, they all find a way to get into my eye. But I don't know what Ethan did, so. My God. What is in my eye? Is there still one in my eye? Oh my gosh, it's driving me crazy. Hold on. I might, okay. 1 second. I used to have a mirror in my desk because this happened so often. I don't know where, oh, here it is. I found it. 1 second, guys. Oh my gosh, I can't find it. This mirror isn't strong enough. I have to get one of those, like, super zoom in mirrors. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna suffer through it. Oh, I think it moved. Oh, I see. Let me see. Russell, thank you for the 2. Ethan said 28 years later is amazing. Puking. It is not. I just think Ethan and I have total opposite taste in things. So if he liked it, more power to him. I wanted to I only went and saw this because of Ethan's raving review, and I thought I was going to see this amazing movie. And here's my thing. Just because there's metaphors in it doesn't mean it's good and doesn't mean I'm going to like it, okay? There's plenty of things that I like that have metaphors in it that Ethan can't stand, like Star Trek, for instance. But I don't know, the way he talked about it, I was like, "Oh, this sounds amazing." So I even went as far as I watched the first one. I'm not a zombie movie person. The first one I actually liked, and there had been scenes that I'd seen before, either if it was the first one, I think it must have been flipping through channels and watching snippets here and there, because I'd seen the scene before where he kicks the thing and the blood drops in his eye. I'd seen that scene before, but I must have been flipping through the channels and just trying to figure out what was on. But everything else, I was shocked. I was like, "Oh my God, Doctor Who is in this movie?" I wasn't expecting to see what's his face's dick. And I was like, "Oh my God, I did not need to see that." I'm fine with no nudity. Unless it's Henry Cavill, then by all means do full frontal. But that dude, I was like, I don't need to see I don't need to see him naked. But I liked it. The first one, I was like, yeah, for a zombie movie, it was actually pretty decent. There wasn't very many zombies in it. It was more of the human element. And I I actually thought of John when I was watching it, because when they get there, oh yeah, we're basically just gonna rape these chicks, even though one of them is an underage teenager. And I thought of John when he was complaining about that. What was the TV show on Amazon, The Bunkers, that's based off of the video game? And he's like, that chick would have gotten raped, and he's right. And so in that movie where it's oh, it's just a bunch of army dudes and then 2 chicks. Yeah, I totally did not, wink wink, see that coming. But the first movie was pretty good. I liked it, even the hopeful ending. And then I guess, watching this movie, it's oh, they never got out of there, so they're trapped. That sucks after everything that they survived. But yeah, so I went in expecting to love this movie. I was really excited to see it, especially after what, Ethan just giving it its glowing reviews. And one of the reasons I'm a big scaredy cat, but one of the reasons why I don't like scary movies is how stupid people are in it. And even the first movie, when they're let's go through the tunnel, and I'm like, no, that is the worst fucking idea I can think of. No. And it's yes, let's go through this tunnel, which probably everybody else thought to do. And the second they start going over everything and zoom, Peach is they're gonna get a flat tire. And of course, they get a flat tire, and then all the zombie comes. And I'm just stop making noise. Shut the fuck. When he's is his name Cillian Murphy? When he's at his parents' house and he's watching the films, and I'm turn that shit off. The zombies are gonna hear it and come. And what happens to zombies come? Spoiler alert for this super old 20-plus-year-old movie. And I actually like that guy that was helping him, and then he fucking dies. But it was the first one was, again, for a zombie movie, it was pretty good. And then the 28 years later, I'm just I really don't know how Voldemort survived. I'm all he has is a bunch of trees. that are made out of bones. Like, I don't get it. Like, how did he live? And then Samson, the big alpha, which I have so many people in my comment section coming and saying, oh, there's more than one alpha. And I'm like, no, there's not. It's the same fucking one. It's played by the same actor. And people are like, oh, that's clearly a white dude and the other guy is a black dude. I'm like, he's not black. He's Indian. Like, I'm not saying this to stereotype, but especially during the apocalypse, black people have a different type of hair than everyone else on the planet. That dude, the big alpha, is an Indian dude with, Indian people. I will give this to them. They probably have the best hair. Like, when they still have hair, because I know, like, there's a big thing with Indian dudes going bald, which I guess is, like, in everything. You would think that they would have cured that by now, right? Male pollen buttons, how have they not figured out how to, like, turn on that gene? If we can have fucking dire wolves, why doesn't the guy stop trying to, like, turn on and off genes for dire wolves and find the gene that, like, just turns off male pattern baldness so that way all you guys don't have to deal with going bald and flying to Turkey and get hairy transplants, which I keep trying to convince Cecil to do. So you guys should all help me out with spamming Cecil with hair transplant videos because I think it's hilarious. But anyways, that dude is clearly Indian and he's got like beautiful curly Indian, like dark, thick hair. And I'm just like, well, at least that dude, good for him. And then he's got like the giant fucking prosthetic wing that's as big as my arm. But I'm like, that's an Indian dude. That's not a black dude. That's an Indian dude. And it's the same fucking one in the beginning of the movie as the entire rest of the movie. It's the same one. He even has the scar on his chest from where they shot him with the fire arrow. And this virus thing must make you heal faster. But he's got the fucking scar from where they shot him with the arrow. So if they would have just killed him, and Ethan told me I was going to complain about this, and he's right. I am complaining about this. I'm still complaining about this. They should have fucking killed that guy. They had him right there. Just go out there and cut his fucking head off. Bash it with an axe. Bash it with a baseball bat. Like, stomp on it. I don't know. Just kill him. Kill the fucking alpha and then just, like, push him into the water. Also, how are the animals not infected? Like, I'm sure some of the zombie rage virus, like, if apes can get infected, can't all the birds that are eating it, can't, like, all the animals that are biting them, if it gets into the water, can't the fish get infected? Like, I don't understand. Like, what if a fucking shark? That should be the next movie. Instead of Sharknadoes, go with, like, 28 Days Later with sharks, right? And, like, just show, like, I don't know, what kind of sharks are around Great Britain? Are there great white sharks? It should be great white sharks because great white sharks are the scariest ones. So have, like, Jaws, but with the rage virus. Could you fucking imagine? It's like there's all these submarines. We got like, the Jaws, and then the next movie can be like a fucking Megalodon with the rage virus is going ape shit and killing everything. That would be hilarious. But anyways, if you guys can't tell, I had caffeine and it is clearly kicked in. But yeah, no, like there's just things that don't make sense. And I get it's like, oh, you have to overlook it for the story. And there are times where I can look over things for the story when the story is actually good. And people are like, well, Anna, this is a trilogy. And I'm like, that was my first day introduced to this franchise. And I'm just like, but I thought this was the third movie. And then they're like, oh no, they're doing a trilogy off of this. And I'm just like, and people are like, oh, you just don't understand it because Jimmy Savile. Guys, listen. I've been on the Jack Show. I've been introduced to who Jimmy Savile is and what he was doing. And somebody left me a comment. They're like, oh, well, this is alternate. So it is the Jimmy Savile, but this is how he would have been like in the apocalypse. And I'm just like, where did they get, where are all of his followers getting like these prim, velvet tracksuits? Like, where did they get their costumes from? Did they raid a freaking costume store? And I mean, I guess it would kind of be interesting to see how he survived. And I actually kind of like movies where it's like the protagonist of the film is actually the villain, which you guys are probably going to argue with, like, then Anna, why don't you like The Godfather? And it's like, I'm not, no. Like, as far like the Joker, okay? And I know everybody doesn't like Joker 2 and all that. And I know like that went off like completely in a different direction than the first movie, but I liked the first movie. The first movie was great. And it's like that descent into madness kind of thing. And it's like you feel sorry for that guy, that shit happened to him. Even I'm trying to think of the other movie. I remember liking it as a kid when I watched it. I don't know how it holds up now. I cannot remember the name of it. You guys will probably know in the chat. It was when Dakota Fanning was still a little kid, and it was her and Robert De Niro. And the plot twist in it is that he's schizo. And so it's like the father and his daughter, they have to move away because the mom died because do you think the mom committed suicide? But in reality, Robert De Niro's like alter personality killed her. But he made it look like she slit her wrist and like committed suicide. And then at the end, Dakota Fanning has the split personality too, and that's like the twist. I actually really like that movie, and it's because it's like, they're both villains, but they have these alternate personalities. So it's like I like movies like that. 23 with Jim Carrey. I haven't seen it. Hide and Seek. Yes, Spike. I don't know how that is held up. I honestly don't know if that holds up now, but I remember when I was a kid, I liked that twist at the end. So, but anyways, 28 years later, I never need to watch it again. I didn't like the shit with the mom, and I'm totally spoiling the movie. If you guys watch my video on it, it's a full, almost 40-minute spoiler-filled review of the movie. Yeah, the mom has cancer, and so she's in and out of like lucidness. I don't know if that's even the right word for it, but I am on a caffeine high, so just bear with me. But it's just like they drug the kid with morphine. And I'm like, where the fuck is Ralph Fiennes getting an endless supply of morphine? Also, if everybody knows that there's a fucking doctor there, why don't you convince that dude to come back to the island with you? Or, I don't know, bring all your sick people to him instead of like, let's just ignore the fact that there's a fucking doctor. And how come no one from the village has gone to live with him to apprentice so that way they can go back and help people? Like, blows my mind. It's like, those are all probably the smartest people because they all found a way to survive and, stay away from the zombies and stay away from being infected and have like a functioning society on that island. But none of them have thought, hey, maybe we need a fucking doctor. And considering there's one out there alive, maybe he's really fucking valuable, the skills, and maybe we should send a couple people over there to go fucking learn from him. No. But so they tell the kid, oh yeah, by the way, your mom has cancer and she's dying. She's like, yeah, I thought I did. And it's like, and then they shoot the kid with morphine so he won't fight them. And the mom and Voldemort walk off into the distance and he comes back with her fucking skull. So he killed the mom. And I'm like, no. Listen, let her live out until she dies. And for anyone that wants to make the argument, like, it's putting him out of her misery. It's like, she's not a fucking dog. She's a human being. Like, she could still be making memories with her son. Like, yeah, I know it's a shitty way to die. Trust me, I know. I watched my grandma go through it. My grandma had cancer 3 times. I remember, like, she had to get one of her boobs removed, and my cousins made fun of her for this, and I never understood because I was such a little kid when this happened. But she had to get one of her boobs removed, so she had, like, a fake boob because she didn't want it to look uneven, and she was very self-conscious. And one of, like, my most clearest memories of my grandma was I was so little, I didn't really understand death or, like, the concept of it. So but I know, so every day I spent, like, the beginning of the day at my grandma's house, and I knew my grandma lost her vision, and she didn't want to say it because she was very, like, prideful. Oh gosh, I said I didn't want to cry. But so I'm a very picky eater, right? But my grandma, she would always give me, like, ice cream with this, like, orange drizzle, and my grandmother loved mayonnaise. Like, she loved mayo. And she would every day, like, she would give me, like, a bowl of mayonnaise, not bowl of mayonnaise. She gave me a bowl of ice cream with this, like, orange drizzle on it. And then, like, about a half an hour later, my mom would come and pick me up. And after spending, like, the whole day at my grandma's house. And I remember sitting there and, like, I'm talking to my grandma, and she, like, turned around. And my grandma was so skinny. She was like a skeleton. She had her pink robe on. My grandma had big old glasses, and she had her head wrap on because she was really self-conscious of the fact that she was bald. And she handed me the bowl with the ice cream with orange drizzle, and it wasn't ice cream, it was mayonnaise. And I remember I didn't want to embarrass her, so I ate it. And I sat there and I ate a bowl of mayonnaise, and I hate mayonnaise. And it had, like, the orange drizzle. I'm sitting there eating it with a spoon, but 4-year-old me knew that if I told my grandma, like, Grandma, you gave me mayonnaise instead of ice cream, like, it would have hurt her feelings. But I knew she lost her vision. And, I ate it for my grandma. And then the next day I came over to her house because my mom would drop me off every day. And the next day my grandma died. But I remember I didn't want to hurt her feelings. So, and I don't think my grandma, who was much worse off than the woman in this movie, wanted to, would have willingly gone when I mean, that chick hadn't lost her vision yet. And take in mind, though, she wasn't going through chemo. So, I mean, I would think you wouldn't want to be there for as long as you could with your son. And my mom was pregnant with my youngest sister at the time. And my grandma was like trying to hang on so that way she could meet my sister. And she didn't. She died in summertime. And my sister was born in December. So, yeah. It's actually coming up on the anniversary of that. She died in July. So, but yeah, so when I see stuff like that, and I'm just like, there is no fucking way a woman, especially with a son right there, and, you know, just have saving like a brand new baby, would have just walked off into the distance to be euthanized. And then he just, I don't know how he killed her, but he won't kill the giant alpha zombie, but he'll kill a mother and then cremate her. And then the son like takes her skull and climbs up onto the top of his skull tower and puts the skull there. And I'm like, this is fucking retarded. This is absolutely fucking retarded. And what a crappy fucking mother. I mean, at least wait until your kid gets back to safety to die. I don't know. Like, now you're leaving your kid and this brand new baby alone in this world. Your husband's a piece of fucking shit. And I said this in my review. I thought because they give the boy a lecture, like, if you leave here and you don't make it back in time for the bridge, because it's only accessible during low tide. If you don't make it back, nobody's coming back for you, or nobody's going to go look for you. And if, you know, you're okay with that, then you can go. I thought that was like, I don't know, kind of a fucking lead in to, oh, like, oh my God, to the dad going, and that would have been a perfect redemption arc, because you like the dad at first. He's this good dad. He's training his kid. He's taking him out. He's helping his son learn how to be a man. And then the kid sees that his dad's a piece of shit because he's cheating on his mom. And, you know, then he goes off. He takes the mom to go find the doctor, and the dad doesn't go after them then. And I honestly thought, like, once the dad figured it out, the dad would break the rule and go after his son. And so when the mom finds out she has cancer and I guess died, I was waiting for the dad to man the fuck up and go after his fucking son and his wife. I know he's like obviously cheating on the wife, so there's the love there is gone. The respect there is completely gone. But for the fucking son, what a shitty fucking parent. And it's not like this guy has never left the island. He's a fucking hunter. That's his job, to go onto the mainland to go kill zombies. You're telling me that your son's out there and your motivation isn't to go save him? What a piece of fucking shit. So I didn't like that, because I'm like, they literally gave you the lead in with nobody's coming after you. That's the hero's fucking moment for the dad to step the fuck up. And he's upset because he let his son down, because the son saw that he was, you know, unfaithful to his wife and his family. And that would have been the greatest redemption. It showed that, like, the dad's actually not a piece of shit. He's just, you know, his wife is dying and he's trying to find, you know, the next chick to line up. Maybe there was a conversation between him and his wife where she's just like, I want you to move on. Like, they could have shown a flashback or a memory or something. But what a shitty fucking parent. Like, as bad as the relationship between me and my mom used to be, I know for a fact my mom would have been like, fuck all you, I'm going after my kid. Both of my parents would. Like, I know for a fact, like, now that I'm a parent, if they're like, no, like, nobody's going after him, I'm like, fuck you, get out of my way, I'm gonna go save my kid. You know, even for my stepdaughter, I'd be like, fuck you, my little kid's out there. So I hate that. I absolutely fucking hate that. What a shitty fucking person. People like that, like, I honestly think everybody should have children to experience that, but that guy doesn't fucking deserve a kid. Like, if you're, and you know what's funny is when his son wrote him the note, like, oh, I'm not coming back, and then he runs out, I'm like, you fucking he literally took your sick wife who's dying of cancer, who is in and out of lucidness, and you just went onto the mainland with him, and he couldn't fucking shoot to save his life. You know this kid can't protect, well, apparently when he's with his dad, he can't protect himself, but when he's with his mom, all of a sudden now he's fucking, Captain Joe said this, he's fucking Legolas, and he's like, bam, 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 bam. Go after your fucking kid. But no, after your kid leaves a baby on the porch and then writes you a letter saying that I'm not coming back, I'm like, that's when you run into the water and, like, running after your son? What a fucking piece of shit. So, yeah, I didn't like the movie. Shocking. Shocking, right? It's irritating. So, yeah, that's another rant of the movie. I'm sorry if I just spoiled the movie for you guys. I already did a review. I am Bob member for 22 months. Thank you. Compton, that was That was some story. You can go watch the stream. It's real. Russell, thank you for the 2. Ethan said 28 years. I think it's amazing. No, it's not. Pastor Flash, thank you for the 5. I've been driving 20 years. I had one accident, and that was a woman hit me from behind. Yeah, not shocking. Zachariah Nunes, thank you for becoming Nunes, excuse me. Thank you for becoming a new member. Thank you. Oh shit, my gold evolved. Thank you for the 100 ARS. I don't know what that is. You could check 28 weeks later. It's a proper sequel to the first movie. No mutant infected, no cliche storytelling, no nonsense. I hate Jeremy Renner. I've met him in person. He's an absolute piece of shit. I can't stand watching movies that he's in. However, I can never remember his name. He was in Stargate Universe. He's the main character in Stargate Universe. He's the one who takes off running away from and watches his wife in the window get taken by the zombies. And I already know the spoiler for that. So I just does Jeremy Renner die a horrific death? Because I will watch it if that's the case. But if he lives and is fine and dandy, if he's in a lot of the movie, then I don't really want to watch it. Let's see. Russell Hall, thank you for the 2. I'm sure you hated seeing 10-inch dick flopping around. So Russell, this is how I explain the nudity. It's as if you're seeing naked people, but you're underwater, so it's never a clear shot. And no, it's not sexy, Russell. It's really disgusting because they're all filthy and they're crazy zombies. I don't. Oh. Starseer, thank you for the 5. You should check out 30 Days of Night. It's a vampire flick. I have seen that. I saw it when it came out. So my sister, whose birthday it is, that she passed away. She was obsessed. She's the opposite as far as with me. I'm the biggest scaredy cat. She was a horror film connoisseur, and so we didn't have cell phones or internet, and we had to take turns watching movies on the TV. So I went first, then it was Ellen, then it was Emily, and so whenever it was my turn, I got to pick the movie. Then Ellen got to pick the movie, and it's you either watched it or you went outside or you went and did something else. So Ellen always watched scary movies. And so I think we rented that when we all watched it because we all kind of wanted to see it because the trailers for it were really good. So I have seen that one. And I was I got so mad when the main character, spoiler alert, he injects himself with the blood and then he's oh, I'm going to protect all you. Then he's I can smell you. And then he fights the vampires. I don't know. I thought it would be a little bit better. I don't remember exactly hating it, but I remember being disappointed. Russell, thank you for the 2. Are you sure it was a prosthetic? Yeah, the actor did an interview talking about it. Dark Danger Zone, thank you for the 5. Just because it's the apocalypse doesn't mean you can't be fashionable. Malad Gurley, thank you for the 2. So that actually is Killian as a zombie now. No, it's not. He came out and said that it's not. Let's see. Russell Hall, thank you for the 5. You think it's not going to get any dumber after the zombie birth scene until the end when they introduce the gay army of albino acrobats? I know. That was so fucking retarded. Russell, thank you for the 5. Why couldn't we get a super gross, well-lit, decaying zombie vagine giving birth? It couldn't be any worse than that hippie hair pile from health class. Oh my God, Russell, thank you. Mark, sorry, thank you for the 10. Good evening, Nana. I hope the little one is doing great. I know you don't like horror movies and sharks, but this is the 50th anniversary of Jaws. Have you ever seen? I have seen Jaws. That's why I'm so traumatized. Actually, when I went to the theater, they had all of the popcorn buckets and all the Jaws merch and all of the things, and I'm ah! But yeah, I know Jaws is a good movie. I'm just scared. It is actually. It's a very good movie, and that's one of the things about scary movies is that they're actually some of them are you get good stories, and it's the suspense of it. I like reading horror. It's fun, The Shining, Silence of the Lambs. I know that one. As far as movies goes, I would say that one's more of a thriller, a suspense thriller kind of thing. But I mean, I feel you have to be pretty good to write horror, in my opinion. But what was it? Jaws, the story is good. It's scary. Oh my God, did I just skip a ton? I did. Russell Hall, thank you for the 200, and she'll do yoga stretches. I cannot do yoga. I'm not flexible. Like I said, if I get $100 super chat, I will stream the rest of the time in just a bikini. But I need to make money this month, guys. I've been like slacking on YouTube. Super slacking on YouTube. Saw01, thank you for being over for 7 months. Hi, Anna. That was a lovely picture of her. I am A minus. Oh, is that like your Twitter handle? Yeah, I posted a post of my sister over on Twitter. So if you guys want to go, I mean, pictures have been out of my sister before, but if you guys want to see picture of my sister, it's up on Twitter. Dreams Lunatic, aka DL, thank you for the $1.99. Anna, is the food competition still on for tomorrow? Yes, it is. So we are doing on Jack's show tomorrow the Chick-fil-A food challenge. So we are getting 120 chicken nuggets, and we are going to see, I think it's who can finish all of them or who can eat the most in an hour. I have a feeling I'm going to lose, but I'm really excited because I really want Chick-fil-A. But thank you for the super chat. Russell, thank you for the 2. Oh, they thought you were... What? Why would they presume that? I don't talk about politics. And who thought that? Darth Danger Zone, thank you for the 2. People that key cars is top tier. Oh, the key in the car thing. Gotcha, Russell. I don't know how they would think that. I don't have anything on my truck that would signal that. Darth Danger Zone, thank you for the 2. People that key cars are top tier loser pay. 100%. MTB Steve, thank you for the 5. It's the people driving 70 in the left lane on Interstate 5 ruins everything for everyone. Bruh, the thing about the 5, so this is fucking retarded. So it's in Oregon and California. For those that don't know, it's only in Oregon and California because our fucking people in charge are stupid. So the 5, it's one of the main freeways through California. It's 2 lanes. And all of the trucks, like the big semi trucks, have a speed limit of 50 miles an hour. So I may be 55, but I think it's 50. And so that throws everything off. So then one of the lanes gets backed up because they can only go 50 fucking miles an hour. And the rest of them, so it causes all this traffic as compared to letting the trucks drive at a normal speed like the rest of the fucking country. But for whatever reason, California and Oregon, it's fucking retarded. So, yeah, driving on the 5 can be kind of miserable, which guess what? I'm going to be doing that this Friday because I have to go up to Northern California because it's my nephew's graduation party. He's a monster. Thank you for the $19.99. And you didn't say anything, but thank you. That goes to the formula fund because formula is expensive. Let's see. Russell, thank you for the 2. Imagine Shane during a zombie apocalypse. We are going to talk about that today. Not the zombie apocalypse, but we are going to talk about Shane today. Oh shit, my goal off. Thank you for the... What is ARS? Can somebody in the chat just tell me? Let's see. 2 lanes as a fucking parkway. Trust me. Trust me, I know. So that's the 5, because the 5 cuts through all the farmland. I personally like driving on the 5 better than the 90 line because, you know, that's... The 99 goes through too many cities where the 5, it's like constant speed, but it is that pain in the ass with all of the, you know, trucks. Argentina. Oh, Argentina. Okay. Let's see. What is Argentino peso? Okay. The 100 Argentina dollars. Oh, you will love what happens to Jimmy in 28 weeks later. Is he in 28 weeks later? That'd be weird. Wait, the Jimmy Savile character or Jim from the first movie? Let me know. Thank you for the super chat. Doc Brewski, thank you for the $4.99. You like ice cream? Check your teeth about this stream. Check your teeth about this stream. This stuff is deadly good. What? Is that a type of ice cream? Are they saying Jeremy? Oh, did I read that wrong? Does it mean Jeremy? I hadn't started the super chat. Let me go back up. Oh, Jeremy. Oh, yeah, Jeremy Renner. No, wait. You will. Okay, so I'm guessing he gets killed brutally. Okay, then that's fine. Let's see. Russell, thank you for the 2. And why did the birth scene have to be a bonding moment? I kind of liked that the woman snaps out of it for a moment while she's giving birth. Because it shows that they're still human, and it's like, you know, there's a possibility of this thing being cured. And I said this in my review. This is literally an episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation when Data and Picard get back to the ship because there was that virus that made them all de-evolve. And Data's cat Spot had kittens, which it's funny because before in the show, Spot was a boy and then Spot's a girl in this episode. And it's funny because like I feel like the writers didn't communicate what gender, unless Data got a new cat. But and they just continuously name the animal like the same name. But because when you first get introduced to Spot, Spot's a boy, and then all of a sudden Spot's a girl. And so Data's cat Spot has kittens, but all the kittens are still kittens, but Spot's a lizard. And then the other nurse, or she was pregnant, and she's de-evolving, but her baby is still normal, so they're able to find a cure to this virus with that. So again, this is an episode of Star Trek where they solve this whole thing, and instead there's a whole franchise based on that. And again, it's so fucking stupid. The entire rest of the world knows that there's survivors, and they're not sending them any kind of fucking aid. And it made me think of that guy. You guys remember a few years ago where that like Christian guy, where he got on the boat because he went to that North Sentinel Island and he tried to contact people there and they killed him because they don't want contact with the outside world. And I'm like, if there's people like that in today's world, plus look at, you're telling me the Peace Corps wouldn't try to go and send them aid? You're telling me everyone on the face of the planet lost any shred of compassion. They don't send these people like devices for communication. They're not trying to go and get the UK back. And you're telling me everyone else in the world doesn't have family or friends in the UK that they wouldn't try to get into contact with to try to see if they've survived? Everyone is just completely cut off. They're going to be trying. Like, what if that virus gets out? You're telling me the rest of the world is just that fucking stupid and complete lacking of empathy and compassion that they're not trying to cure this? Give me a fucking break. What bullshit. But yeah, that scene, I was just like, I don't know, it kind of made sense to me. Russell, thank you for the super chat. $200, and she'll try and fail at doing bikini yoga. If I get a $200 super chat, I might I'll touch my toes, Russell. How is that? It might be hard to get that camera angle though, the way that this is set up, because this is a standing desk and I'm actually at like a stool right here, so it might be hard to get that camera angle. Let's see. Borg Pork, thank you for the 5. Let's up the stakes. If you lose the chicken nugget competition to Cecil, you got to watch Kevin Smith movie and review it. How about? Nothing is worth that. Thank you, Borg Pork. All right, I am all caught up on Super Chat. So now we're going to talk about the topics. What is in? Okay, Fantastic Four. I should have put the 28 days later thing. Oh. Let's see. Oh, I need to pull up. So what? Oh my God. Oh no. Patrick T, $199.99. Oh my God, for the chat. Oh my God, thank you, Patrick T. Oh gosh, dang it. Okay, all right. I will touch my toes. Here we go. Also, it's like 10,000 degrees in here, so it's hot. So here we go. Bikini. I do have shorts on. They're swim shorts. I will try to touch my toes on camera. Ugh, I've been sitting for too long. Let me adjust things. And it's a clear shot now. Okay. Can you guys see? Look at my abs are back. They're all sweaty, but they're back. Okay. Can you guys see? Good? I don't think you guys can hear me. I will touch my toes. I doubt you guys can see, but there you go. And I will stream the rest of this stream in just my bikini. So thank you, Patrick T. That is a lot of formula I can buy. So I really appreciate it. And so does my daughter. Super Anna, fucking Taggy. Yeah, you want to see Taggy? There you go. There's Taggy. But thank you so much, Patrick T. And I'm sure everyone in the chat is thankful for you as well. Let me take a drink. So cheers. Side view. Oh, was that not good? Did that not? Let me go back on the camera. Okay, let me watch it. Let me watch the playback. Oh, no, that wasn't far enough. Let's see. Was that not good? Do I need to try it again? Sorry, I'm watching the playback. Let's see. Oh, I see what you mean. You only saw my back. Is that good? I will do it. If you want me to try it again, you have to turn around. Oh, your butt was facing the. You want a butt shot? Really? Ugh. Turn around when you do. I don't know. I don't know what my body looks like from the back. I can only see it from the front. I probably have cellulite. I don't know. I did get a tan, though. I was trying to tan. Zio would. Okay. Patrick T, if you want me to do it again, I will do it again, and I will grab a book. Okay? That way I feel less shitty about myself. I'm waiting for Patrick T in the chat to confirm. Let's see. I'm looking. While I'm waiting for the chat, I'm going to pull up the photo. Okay, here we go. I'm looking at the chat. I don't see Patrick T's answer. Give me 1 second. Here we go. We're going to be talking about the thing's got a beard. They're saying St. Patrick T. Thank you, Patrick T. Let me see. Did Patrick T respond yet? Side view. Okay, because it is a $200 super chat, I will do it again. Just, I want you all to know I am actually still kind of self-conscious. But, okay. Here we go. Is that okay? Where's the side view? I feel so fat, but I know, like, I lost weight. I got it back, but everyone that said I was hitting the wall, fuck you. I worked my ass off, but there you guys go. I am a team player. Okay, I saw a couple more super chats came in, but again, thank you so much, Patrick. I really appreciate that. The formula is expensive, so I appreciate it. My kids got to drink organic goat milk formula. Yes, kids are expensive, but it's worth it. It's so worth it. I love my baby so much. I wish I could have 100 more. First of all, thank you for the 2. But towards the camera, and we have a deal. Okay, if you guys want me to do butt towards the camera, I got it. I have to get another big super chat, okay? I'm still a little self-conscious. Isabella Live 2.9. Thank you for being over 25 months. You are absolutely beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Russell, thank you for the 5. Okay, so much wrong here. Firstly, that is not a bikini. That's a bikini top. Secondly, you're facing the camera. Third, don't adjust. Let it all hang out. I'm pulling it up, Russell, because as you guys know, I did unfortunately have to get a C-section, and I am very self-conscious about it. But, better than both me. Oh, no, should I just unstarred the other one right under Russell? 1 second, let me find it. Yeah. Having a C-section was better than both me and my daughter dying. So, you know, it is what it is. Dog Brewski, thank you for the $4.99. Spell check ruined my super chat. I posted a pic of German chocolate cake ice cream. I got my daughter on your tweet about the stream. Oh my gosh. I hate, is that like the German chocolate cake with like the almonds? Because I hate almonds. But thank you for the super chat. I'm sorry that I accidentally unstarred it so it couldn't be on stream. Russell, thank you for the super chat. Patrick T also said you need to wear a tail. No, Russell, you and your fetishes. White guy McGee, thank you for 2. Cecil and John were right. You hit the wall. Tisk. What? How did I hit the wall? I worked fucking hard. Oh my God, now I'm gonna like be self-conscious and go to the gym again. Not that I don't go to the gym anymore, but I still go to the gym. I just, you know, I feel like maybe I've been taking it too easy on myself because I hit my goal. I don't want to be too skinny. That got her attention. I know. A thong one piece would hide the C-section. It does hide it, but I don't know. It's one of those things like when you're self-conscious about it, like nobody notices it but you, and like you feel like everybody's looking at it. So maybe it might just be a me thing. I only said Marie Antoinette. Oh my God. I'm drunk right now, so you know, got a big ass living room. Okay. Okay, what is with this person? Somebody commented before, what is this whole thing with, ma'am, please free StreamYard link, connect me? No. This dude spammed this a couple streams ago. What is going on? What do you mean? No, I'm not sending anyone the link to the stream. Okay, let's bring this up because this is one of the things I had in my title that we need to talk about. The thing has a beard now, and I pointed out, so no other body hair of any kind now, a beard. How does he shave or trim it? The science ain't science. And then people are like, oh, you're asking for science in a comic book movie? And I'm like, I had dinner with Jim Shooter, and he was going on and on about, all of the consistency and things. And he actually told us the story about how he was going to have the first, black superhero in a comic, and they told him no. And it was just going to be like this character just takes his gloves off and you can see that that he's black from his hands. And then they said no. And then like a month later, Jim Lee released Black Panther. So Jim Lee stole his thunder. But yeah, yeah, people actually used to care and think about this shit. And I'm just like, again, just because it's in the comics doesn't mean it's good. Have you seen modern comics? Now, and then somebody else pointed this out. This looks like they're having gay sex. This is John and Shane right here. Oh my God. I need to put... We need to put Shane's face on Johnny Storm and then John on the thing. Oh no. Damn it. Okay, Starseer, thank you for the 50. Here are some suggestions for for magic cosplay. There's Tinkerbell, Galadriel, or Arwen. I actually have Arwen's costume. I was actually going to do a princess calendar, and I was going to do Xena, Zelda, Katana, all of when you think of princess, Cinderella and all that stuff points in your head. But I was going to do all of the princesses that you don't think of that are badass. But okay, but let me read. Tinkerbell, Galadriel, or Arwen. They use magic in Lord of the Rings. Enchantress, Marvel, Genie, I Dream of Genie, Glinda, the Good Witch of Oz. I actually have the costume for Elphaba, but I was gonna be a sexy Elphaba, just because I wanted to paint myself green. I thought that would be fun, and I wanted to do like witches, but I guess actually magic is a better thing, because I wanted to do Hermione and Glinda, and I was thinking of all witches type of thing, but I know people kind of get weird about that, and I'm because I feel like maybe I just follow too many people online. They're like, oh, it's demonic, and I'm like, I don't think it's real. I know people are kind of sensitive about those kind of things, and it always is on my timeline, oh, anime is satanic. It's no, it's a cultural thing. When they say demons in anime, it's the equivalent of us in the Western society saying fairies or spirits. But there's a cultural difference and a mistranslation. So people here don't understand that. But I was gonna say witches, because I wanted to do Charmed, Hermione, both Glinda and Elphaba, and all. But people let me see. Oh, and the Sophia. I watched a couple episodes of Castlevania and I couldn't get into it, but from Castlevania, I actually really like her character. I thought that she was so pretty, the way that they drew her face. But thank you. Does that mean I have to? Okay, I'll touch my toes. Okay, for 50, I'll do it on the other side so you guys don't have to see my tattoo. I am very, very self-conscious about this, though. So I will do it for you, Starseer. Here we go. What side is my tattoo? Okay. There you go. I touched my toes. I look so fat. Why is this camera? It just makes me self-conscious. Whatever. There you go. Russell, thank you for the 2. It's Abby, but Saxene from The Last of Us 2. Oh my God, that? Oh my God, it is. Oh my God, Russell. Oh no. Okay, let me get that screenshot. I have to put this up. Okay, Abby. Oh my God, Russell, you probably just got me a viral tweet here. Oh my God. Oh my God, it is. I'm going to tweet this. It's the same fucking picture, man. Okay. 1 second. Okay. Let me get Twitter up. Okay. Oh, I can just drag it like this. I need to flip it though. Can you flip it on here? Guys. Okay, where is 1 second. I'm sorry. Russell just totally derailed this, but it's okay. Let me flip it real quickly. Edit. I wish you could just do this on Twitter. I feel like I can do it on my phone, but okay. Save. All right, Russell. If you got me a viral tweet, I'm going to give you credit. Should I say bruh or holy shit? Which one? Which one should I say, guys? Bruh or holy shit? Let me share this screen. Stop. Okay. Let's see. What are you guys saying? Bruh or holy shit? Bruh, same energy. Here, I should put a poll in the chat for this. Oh no, my caps lock is on. Oh well. Okay, there we go. You guys vote. I'll give you guys like a minute. Okay, go and vote in the chat. Let's see what you guys say. I'll read the rest of the super chats. But thank you for that, Russell. Rimroot 23 for $10. Do Warrior Princess calendar. Okay, let me see. Yes, anime calendars next. I haven't like hit up Dylan to. I mean, I've been meaning to, but I know this is kind of opposite, but I hate taking photos. I hate taking pictures. I hate almost every photo I've ever taken. And yeah, okay, so for the princess one, I wanted to do Xena, Warrior Princess. I wanted to do Katana from Mortal Kombat. She's a princess. I wanted to do Zelda from, obviously, Legend of Zelda. And then, oh my gosh, there's some other ones. I wanted to do Daphne from Dragon Slayer. I thought that one would be fun. Oh my gosh, why am I blinking on the other princesses? But they were all like, oh my gosh, what is her name? From Voltron. What the fuck is her name? I want to do Princess Peach too, because it would be like racers. And it's funny because they're like both pink. But what is her name? Why is it? This is going to drive me crazy. Oh my God. Which version is Zelda? The OG one with like the long. Okay. In my memory, Zelda always had brown hair. And all of a sudden, in all the new ones, she's blonde. So I didn't get that. Alara. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So Anna has not hit the wall. Thank you. Yeah, the princess from Voltron, because she's a fucking princess. I did want to try to do Spaceballs, but I feel like her dress would be like really, really hard to make. I didn't. Is Charlotte from Vampire Hunter Z? Is she a princess? Because I kind of wanted to do her cosplay as well. Because I kind of want to do like a magical thing. But I guess that one could count for anime, right? Zelda 1, Princess Zelda. Princess Alara is a great idea. Don't wear the helmet. Yeah, that's what I was planning to do. I was just going to do like the bodysuit and like, you know, like, because I wanted like princesses, but princesses you never think of, right? And that's a little bit because I hate having like the same outfit. Like my worst nightmare is going to an event and having like the same outfit as another girl. So, and also, you know, these are things that I like. I do like Disney princesses, though. I was planning on doing at least one Disney princess. I would probably do Snow White because I really like Snow White. Jasmine would be a good one too. But I don't know. I feel like Snow White would be fun because I could use like my animals in it or something. I could find a way to get Tulip into that shoot. But let's see. Do the baby from Willow? No. Have you done Lady Death? Yes, I have. Yes, I have done Lady Death. Let's see. Do a Warrior Princess calendar. Also, are you going to have an anime calendar live stream where people can give you more ideas or just talk about it? I mean, if you want to give me more ideas, I don't know where I had little sticky notes. I just need to keep a notebook here on my desk and just I have like a gazillion notebooks and I don't know where any of them are. I had to like we redid our roof and I had to like cover up everything. And I actually reorganized my computers because my computer wouldn't turn on because some particles got in it. And so I had to clean out my computer. It's working fine now, but like none of my screens would turn on, which was a nightmare. But I just redid my desk because I wanted to have a computer screen on my painting desk, which is right over here. Okay, did we see the poll? Okay, bruh, won. Okay, I'm going to tweet this. Okay, Russell, I think you just got me like a viral tweet, so thank you. You get all the credit for that. We'll check back and see how that tweet is doing later on in the show. Let's see. Isabella Live 2.0. Thank you for the $2 Canadian best episode ever. Okay, well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Thank you. Okay, what else did I want to talk about? Okay. Fantastic Four, we got that. I'm really interested to see if this is going to go viral or not. I feel like it should because it literally is the same fucking photograph. Let's see how this goes. If you guys want to go like the tweet, here we go. Here, I'll put it in the chat for you. Oh, by the way, thank you to everyone watching over on Rumble. Let me check Rumble. Oh, I got 3 Rumble rants. Thank you. I will read them right now. Anna, stop telling people how to track you. Too much info. It's okay. I go at such sporadic times, no one is going to find me. Thank you, though. Dead Eye Zelox, thank you for the Rumble rant. Anna would definitely call some characters in Until Dawn game stupid. Probably. E. Morse, thank you for the Rumble rant. I don't like horror movies either, but I love Edgar Allan Poe. Go figure. I had to memorize the fucking Raven. And the Raven still is sitting on the busted palace just above my chamber door, and his eyes have all the gleaming of a demon that is... no, I just messed that up. But yeah, I had to memorize that shit. Ask me, like, about it back when I was in high school. Had that unlock. I had that and, like, Romeo and Juliet. I agree, Deja Thoris. Okay, that's pasties. Because Deja Thoris... Like, that was one of the things that drove me crazy. Am I the only person that liked the John Carter movie? I had problems with it, but remember when Disney did it? And okay, Tars Tarkus looked fantastic. I probably am the only person that like funded that movie because I went and saw it with my dad, then I went and saw it by myself, then I took both of my sisters individually to go see that movie. I saw that movie over and over again. I liked it so much. And Deja Thoris, I think like the girl that plays her is very pretty. She was too old. She was too old to play Deja Thoris. She was too tall. Deja Thoris is supposed to be very petite and like drop dead gorgeous, like a 20 out of 10 on the hotness scale. And her skin is supposed to be red. Like her skin is supposed to be this color. Okay. Not tan. It's supposed to be red. Different based on where you are on Mars or Barsoom, you have different skin colors. So there's yellow people. There's straight up black. And I don't mean like African American or African. Like they have pure black skin. She was built. She's not supposed to be. She's not supposed to be a warrior. She's not supposed to be built. She's supposed to be a tiny, petite, voluptuous, drop-dead gorgeous woman. And they got like a warrior woman. And it bothers me. She's supposed to be very small. And he's supposed to be, I don't know, I kind of feel bad for the actor because I don't think he's a bad actor, but I don't think he was right for the part. I feel like that generation of men that could have played him they're all very elderly or they've all died out. I don't know, like someone like Gary Cooper-esque should have been John Carter. Okay. Let's see. Let's check. Oh my God. How much do you think this tweet is done so far? I'm going to give a guess. Actually, it's probably let's see. Let me get the screen. I hate the way that this is now. Okay. Let's see. For only being posted for a few minutes, that's actually pretty good. 60. I should have posted that one. Let's see. No? Why does it do that? I guarantee you, it's gonna do well. It's gonna do well. Okay, here we go. 75 views. I need to refresh. I probably will get censored. Guarantee it's gonna get censored. But by the end of the stream, I think it'll. Okay, yeah, already there's already a couple quote tweets. Russell, how are you not on Twitter? You would have like 1 million followers. You are a complete degenerate, and the internet loves degeneracy. Russell, you could be making a living just posting shit on Twitter. Why aren't you on Twitter, man? Okay. Let's see. Russell Hall, thank you for the 2. I definitely rather put in Abby's butt. Ouch. Ew. Ew. The man chick. Ugh, I guess she is a chick though versus the thing. Remember, I feel bad for him, but I'm just like, when you think about it, it's like, who could he actually like physically be with? And you know how he's got like that friendship with She-Hulk? And I'm like, I feel like she's probably one of the few women on Earth he could bang. Like, I feel like him and She-Hulk could, because she's so strong, she's probably going to kill any guy that she bang. I'm going to talk about this on the Jack Show. Remind me, Russell, next Jack Show, which is tomorrow. Let's see if we can see what John and Cecil and Shane and Ethan's opinions will be about that. Because I feel like, who else could he fucking bang, right? Like, She-Hulk, I think, could take it. And I think he could survive banging She-Hulk. I'm pretty sure. Okay, let's see. Thank you, Russell. And then Starseer, thank you, remember, for 2 months. Thank you. Princess Irulan. Okay, I would definitely not do the new version because I hate the new Dunes. There's aspects of it I like, but Florence Pugh was a terrible choice for Irulan. And I can't remember the chick from the original movie, but I don't know if I particularly like her costume. So I feel like there's no set look for her. Let me see. What's her look in the throne room at the end of the movie? I don't want the new version. I want the old version. Let's see. I don't remember her looking like that. Come on, I know she was there. Why is there no fucking picture of this? Let's just Was she not in that scene? Am I crazy? Am I having is it the Mandela effect? Okay, no. I think this is her from that scene, right? Is this what am I crazy? Am I crazy? What's going on here? Here we go. Is this the outfit she's oh no. What the fuck? Where is that? No, I didn't. That's not it. Sorry. I don't know why that opened. I clicked on enhancing the photo and it took me there. Okay, whatever. I don't feel like she has a set iconic costume. So I don't. This is why an animated version of her would look good. There we go. Tell me if I'm wrong. Is this from the scene where they're on Arrakis and he's fighting Sting? Is this from that scene? Am I crazy? Tell me in the chat. Is that right? You're a mess, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's see. Am I crazy? That is at the end. Yes, that's the one I was talking about. Okay, so I'm not crazy. Before that scene. This isn't from when they fight, when the Emperor and her show up on Arrakis. I'm pretty sure this is it. Okay, whatever. I'm having crazy. Maybe I just need to go rewatch the movie. As much as that movie gets shit on, I much prefer the David Lynch version versus the other guy. And then I had this realization after I watched a couple of that guy's movies, and I'm like, I hate him. I don't think he's a good storyteller at all. I don't think he respects Dune at all. I don't think he read the fucking books. And, let's move on. Okay, fine. Fine. What would you like to talk about? What would you like to talk about? Russell, I think it's 5. I was on Twitter for about a month to promote a charity I started called Blowjobs for Kyle. It seems the SJWs banned me for life. Well, it's Elon now. You might be able to get away with that, Russell. Go try it. Because I honestly think you would be a hit on Twitter, in my opinion. That's professional advice for you. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Okay. Okay, what was I going to talk about now? Russell, thank you for the super chat. The Sci-Fi Channel did the best job with Dune. Oh, the miniseries. Yeah, what did she wear? Okay. I still need to show Peaches it. Yeah, she looks crazy. She reminds me of that. Oh my God, what is the name of that dinosaur from Jurassic Park? That's always what I thought of as a kid when I saw her in this. Come on, tell me this isn't the dinosaur from Jurassic Park that spits the poison in people's faces. Like, come on, that's what this is. She's a fucking dinosaur. She's wearing a dinosaur costume. Like, am I right? I don't. Dilophosaurus. Is that what this is? Come on, that's what this is, right? I'm not exactly a dinosaur person. I just say T-Rex, right? A T-Rex and a long neck and a Triceratops. My knowledge of dinosaurs is from Land Before Time. I was never the dinosaur kid. Yeah, that's a pretty terrible costume. But come on, should I do this costume? Should I go and make this? But that's what I think of when I think of her in the miniseries. I'm just like, oh yeah, she dressed up like a butterfly dinosaur. Forgot about Russell. How could you possibly forget about this? She's the fucking dinosaur. Do it. Like, how can you take this seriously? She's the dinosaur. Well, now you guys can't unsee that, right? Now you guys can't unsee that. Okay. Let's get into, guys, there's some drama that's been going on in CG. And I've talked to both Shane and Dan about this situation. And I feel like, say this, I like both Shane and Dan. Obviously, I am a little bit biased because I am very good friends with Shane. Shane was at my wedding. And I told Dan, if because he was, I've heard Shane's side of the story, I've heard Dan's side of the story, and I basically gave Dan my advice, which is I've had trouble with people on YouTube in this space, and what I personally do is I ignore those people. There's been people that I used to be great friends with, and shit happens, and then I'm no longer friends with those people. And there's been times where I've been at cons, like the same cons as these people, and I don't go near them. I don't acknowledge them. But sometimes some people are like, you're dead to me. You crossed a fucking line. We are no longer friends, and I'm not like you proved to me that you are not worthy of my time or my peace. And so I don't acknowledge these people. And I told Dan, if the things that you feel about Shane are the way you feel about Shane, then, why let him have like your peace? Like if worrying about this and dealing with this stuff destroys your peace, then don't. Like, don't put yourself in those situations. Don't waste your time on it. It's kind of like hit that block button and, don't engage with it anymore. And I told him, like, Mike filming definitely didn't help. For those that don't know, so basically what happened was Shane was at Heroes Con this past weekend, and Dan Fraga, who obviously, like, Shane doesn't like Dan doesn't like Shane. They both, have their feelings about one another. And it's funny because it's like hearing the same story from two different people. It's like two different things happened, but it's the same scenario. And it's like, it's funny because you can kind of figure out what happened, like, and what did happen based on, Shane says his thing and Dan says his thing. And it's like, well, it's funny because all of your facts are the same. Your feelings just about the situation are different. And, Shane obviously feels the way that he feels and Dan feels the way that he feels about it. And it's like, it's one of those things. It's like you might have had good intentions, but it's you can't control how other people perceive things. So it's funny hearing the exact same scenario from Shane's point of view versus the exact same scenario from Dan's point of view, and how Dan felt versus the way that Shane felt. And in my personal opinion, I feel like there's other people's opinions that are swaying certain feelings a certain way. I'm confused at what happened. Okay, well, so there is a con. Shane set up his booth and Dan came up to shake his hand. They've already had it out before and had a conversation before. And, I guess Shane thought that that was it. But in my personal opinion, if, you really feel that way about Shane, there's no point in engaging. And Dan said that he does this where he goes up and he shakes people's hands, and that's what men do. And he, he did that to everyone, and he wanted to know that everything was good. Shane, from what I've heard from his point of view, didn't feel like it was that way. And I heard the audio, and, I had Peaches because I was explaining to Peaches the situation. I played the audio for Peaches, and I told Dan, again, if this disturbs your peace and if this is really how you feel, then you shouldn't engage with him. You shouldn't interact with him. You shouldn't let him steal your peace. Again, the second time Dan went to go shake Shane's hand, which I'm like, in my personal opinion, was unnecessary because you already did it the first day. You don't need to do it again every single day. But for whatever reason, Dan felt like he needed to. And Shane, I guess, was eating and I do this. I feel like every person does this. Like you eat and you text. I was doing it the other day while I was at IKEA. I was posting about IKEA and I was like, here's a picture of my meatballs. I ate my meatballs and on my phone, texting Peaches, posting on Instagram, and then, go back, take a couple bites. So Shane was texting Yanzi, but he was eating a chicken biscuit. And he showed in the picture that the chicken biscuit was right there. And I guess Dan came up to shake his hand and Shane said, no, I'm not shaking your hand, which I'm just like, Shane doesn't like Dan. Dan doesn't like Shane. And I don't know why there was shock after the first day of already shaking a hand, why Shane wouldn't want to shake his hand a second time. And again, I don't know why you would even interact with Shane. And I told Dan, I'm just like, even if you have the best intentions, it's not worth it. You guys already don't like each other. And it didn't seem to me like it was, let's try to make peace. And obviously Mike filming it didn't help because that makes it look super shady and super suspicious because why are you filming that kind of thing? What were you expecting to happen? And Dan agreed with me that it does look bad that Mike filmed it. So, I mean, Mike doesn't help anything in that case. And it's funny because Mike is always nice to me. Dan's always been nice to me. And I really don't understand where all of this is coming from. I really don't understand the hatred of Shane or the hate. Here's my thing. Everybody that hates Ethan, I'm just like, in my mind, I'm just like insecure bells come off. Because if you're completely secure with yourself and, what you're doing, you don't have any problem with Ethan because Ethan has no power over you. It's literally like Sarah in Labyrinth. Once somebody doesn't have once they have no power over you, you don't have anything to worry about. So only insecure people that think Ethan has some kind of power over them are threatened by Ethan. And I had a conversation about this with someone years ago, and me and that person are no longer friends because they can't stand hearing that that truth, But it just it's I'm nobody's mom and I don't like these situations. And again, I really like Dan and I really like Shane. Dan came on to the scene and I met Dan years ago. I've known Dan for how long has it been? 6-7 years now? And yeah, Dan's gone and done his own thing. I don't understand what the fuck is wrong with the guy that was it the writer of his comics? That guy has a fucking stick up his ass that's bigger than that alpha's dick in 28 years later. That guy is a piece of fucking shit. The shit that he says on Twitter about people, about John, about Shane, about Yanzi. And what's funny is like after seeing those tweets and then seeing that he was on stream with Ethan and he didn't have the fucking balls to say it to Ethan's face, but he has the balls to say it on Twitter. What a fucking pussy. Like, what a pathetic fucking loser. And that was Dan's writer on his book. So obviously, in my opinion, there is a little bit of the snake going, eat this apple, right? So that guy, in my opinion, is an absolute piece of shit. And, that's Dan's best friend. Well, I mean, that's not someone I would want to be around, right? And I know people are saying like, "Where's my book?" Well, in that defense, where is it? Oh, here we go. Now, I've said this before. I'm not the biggest worrier about late books. For example, so this is Kyle O'Rose's book. He was that kid, that Irish kid that was in college, and I don't even remember. Oh, I bought this book back in 2020 on Indiegogo, and I just got it. So yeah, it's been 5 years, and like maybe it's just me. Excuse me, I'm getting the hiccups because I've been talking and I just drank. But I don't mind waiting if it's going to be good. Like if the art is good, and this is what I've said before when people complain about Ethan's books, I'm just like, when he pitches the project, I'll buy it. I'm not so worried about it because I prefer quality versus quantity. I'd rather have something that looks beautiful and is a good story and the artist took its time. Just like, for example, the eye project. My goal was to paint 200 eyes. I didn't do that in 1 year. It took me 4 years to do that. And you guys, I did it live. You guys watched me do it live. You guys saw how like each eye took me hours and hours to do. And yeah, I could have exhausted myself by doing it all day, every day, and probably could have gotten it done in a year. And I could have had the iBook within that year. But my art, in my opinion, if I don't have the steam to do it, it's not going to look good. I have to be rested. I have to be in the zone. So yeah, again, it took me 4 years to paint the 200 eyes. And I'm going even further. I'm painting more because I had extra, more people volunteer once they saw, the vision. And they didn't be like, oh, Anna, you're just weird. So I understand if people want refunds and stuff. I'm just telling you my opinion. I don't mind waiting. I'd rather wait for something great than get something shitty that was just rushed and just comes to my doorstep. I feel the same way about movies. I'd rather have somebody take their time and care about these things than just something rushed that's absolutely shit, right? So that's just my opinion. Like I said, this Kyle O'Rose book, The Death Sworn, I bought this 5 years ago and I just got it. And I'm okay with it. Somebody like Shane, who can draw one book a year and to the level that he is, that's absolutely amazing. I think that's why a lot of people are very jealous of Shane, because Shane is fantastic. And I'm probably sure that this is going to get clipped and whatever, but no offense to my other friends, Shane is probably one of the best artists that I know. And everything that he draws looks amazing, and he's a very good storyteller. So, I mean, because there's some people that draw amazing, but their stories suck. No offense. I'm not going to say who. But Shane can draw fucking badass shit and draw really fucking well and tell good stories. And he still has the time to be on pretty much every single stream and be funny and entertaining. That's not easy to do. Like, no offense, Ethan, but if Ethan had, I don't know what it is. Like, Shane his arm must move 1,000,000 fucking miles an hour to draw at the level he does, at the speed he does to get out books like that every single year. But I mean, could you imagine if Ethan was able to do draw because Ethan draws amazingly as well, right? But Ethan was saying that it takes him a week to draw 2 pages. I don't know how long it takes Shane, but I don't know what Shane's schedule is because he's still able to go and do what he does, kickboxing. He's a dad. He does all these streams. Like, I don't know what Shane's regimen is, but I don't know. He must draw I don't know, on 2 times speed or something. But Shane's able to manage that. And I feel like some people, like, they're like, shit, you're making me look bad. And so then there's that anger because they're insecure with their own abilities and they take that out on Shane. And because me and Peaches were talking about this the other day, and I'm like, Shane has produced a book a year and they're all fucking good. Like, Starlight Cats looks amazing. Inglorious Rex looks amazing. Even his little side books where he hires other people, he's still telling the stories and they're still good. Like, people must hate him. It's like jealousy is strong. It's like, he's gonna gloat about this, but it's like when a hot chick walks into a bar and all of the chick that aren't the tens, they all hate the hot chick because they're jealous, right? And I feel like that's a lot of artists here, is that they're jealous that, again, Shane can draw as well as he can at the speed he can and still do all of these other things, and it's like, oh, you're making us look bad. So I feel like that's where a lot of anger and resentment comes off on Shane, which it's not Shane's fault. And people basically hate him just for existing in his work ethic and his ability to, do what he does. So that's what comes off to me. And the same thing with like people that are insecure about Ethan. That's exactly what it is. It's insecurity. And it's like, let us project all of our insecurities onto Ethan and Shane. And there was there was one person that was like really trying to get me, against Ethan. And I've said this before, if you're one of the people that's trying to turn me against my friend, and the other friend isn't doing that, I'm not going to take your side. Like, it's like, unless the person, does something absolutely horrendous, which hasn't been done. I said this to someone that was like bitching at me and crying about Ethan. And I'm just like, if the internet went away tomorrow, Ethan would still be Ethan. And that's why you're insecure, because you're nothing without the internet. And that person could not take that kind of criticism, because I couldn't even take it anymore. I'm just like, this bitching has just got to stop. You're a man bitching to me, someone who is half your age, about another man. It's so fucking gay. It is. That's exactly what it is. It's high school drama. But as far as all of this stuff with Shane, I think it's fucking gay. I think Dan and Shane are both good people. I think the people that Dan surrounds himself with are kind of conniving. And like his writer guy, that guy's a piece of fucking shit. I don't know I don't know what the hell is going on there. Again, it just comes off to me as like absolute seething resentment and insecurity and jealousy. But the stuff that he said, like the most recent one where he was talking about Yanzi, like, how on earth is that called for? Just because you don't like Shane, now you're going off on Yanzi? What the fuck did Yanzi do? Yanzi is just helping her husband run their business. Like, what the fuck did she do to make you have to go off on her like that? Yanzi didn't do anything wrong. If you're mad at Shane, take it up to him. Don't take it out on his wife. What a pussy fucking behavior. And again, the fact that that guy has the balls to go and talk shit the way he does on Twitter, but he can't say it to Ethan's face when he's on his stream with him. What a pathetic fucking loser. What a fucking pussy. And that was Dan's writer. I don't know if he still is writer, but I think some of the people Dan surrounds himself with is poison, and it sucks because I like Dan. I backed Black Flag, and I don't mind waiting if it's going to be good. And I've seen Dan's art. I really like Dan's art, so I'm not bothered by it. I am bothered by all of this drama. I don't like it. I personally think everyone should still be friends. Like Vaughn, Rini, Hyper Wizard, Camel Moon, Narwhal, all of those people. I don't know where all of this, I mean, I do know. It's because there's a snake telling people to eat the apple, and some people are going to fall for it and eat the apple. I had a conversation with Rini about this years ago, and I didn't know about any of this shit. I didn't know about the phone tapping. So I was really working on my art channel. I asked Rini, I asked Melanie Mack, and I asked Nina Infinity to do this art video with me. So I recorded with each of them individually off air. I never released that video because my laser cutter broke and I needed it to complete this project. So now that my laser cutter is back and it's working, I can get back to it. But now I'm kind of like, fuck. That was before all of this happened and all the fallout happened. And now I'm like, fuck, I don't know. Like, will Rini even want me to release that? We didn't talk about any of the drama, like when I was recording. It was like off the record. But Reading told me some of her grievances, and I was just like I had to like go back and watch to like, because I hadn't seen some of these streams where she said incidents happened on. And I feel like these situations, like this whole con, I feel like it's getting blown out of proportion. And there's people whispering to Dan, and then Dan has his feelings about Shane. Shane has his feelings about Dan. And I don't like it. I wish that everyone could just be friends and get along. And all of these, I feel like it's just making everything worse. And it's like, you really want to know why people don't want to associate with Comicsgate? It's because of stupid, petty drama like this. It's even people in the chat, it's like this is like high school drama. And I hate that I'm having to talk about it because it's really frustrating. And maybe it's just because I'm not emotionally involved in this and I'm like an outsider looking in at two of my friends fighting. And it's like, to me, it's a very simple solution. And and I'm totally guilty when I'm really upset. Like for a few weeks ago, I was really, really upset. And I need to explain this properly. I don't typically like to talk about family drama, but this was pretty bad. So ever since my stepdaughter, for those that don't know, her mother is a lesbian. Peaches and her had a one-night stand, which resulted in my stepdaughter. And we noticed a few years ago that her behavior completely changed. Me and her never had any problems. Her and Peaches never had any problems. It was, she's always been nice. She was very reasonable. And then all of a sudden something changed and it became like World War III for everything. And it coincided when she started dating her new girlfriend. And then we met her new girlfriend because I had the absolute audacity to put my stepdaughter, she was my maid of honor in my wedding, to put her in a dress and get her hair and her nails done. That made me the epitome of Adolf fucking Hitler to her mom's girlfriend. And up from Northern California, they drove down to scream at me about it. And we finally got to see how the girlfriend was in person. We're like, this is why everything changed. Now we understand. And then my stepdaughter, it was her graduation. And when your parents aren't together, and I know because my parents weren't together when I graduated high school, you only get a certain number of tickets. I only got 4 tickets for my graduation. 2 went to my mom's side of the family. The other 2 went to my dad's side of the family. And I actually had to go buy an extra ticket so both of my grandparents could come with my dad to my graduation. And they are the only grandparents I had left. So it's not because both my mother's parents died when I was younger. So it wasn't like I picked one side of the family over the other in that sense. And so my mom and my brother came on my mom's side, and then my dad and my grandparents came. And my stepdaughter, I'm sure you guys all know where this is going. Instead of her mom, for whatever reason, is doing this thing where it's like, it's her decision. It's like, well, then you're not a parent. If you're letting your young child make all the decisions, then what is the point of you being there? You are supposed to be the parent. When she's 18, she can make these decisions, but that's what she decides to do. So instead of doing the right thing and being fair, my stepdaughter decided her mom's side was going to get 3 tickets for her graduation and Peaches was only going to get 1. And we had to have a conversation with her about how that's not right. It's not right. And I explained my situation when I graduated high school. I'm like, I had to buy an extra ticket off of somebody else at my school so both of my grandparents could come, and my best friend Sav was with me, for part of this conversation. And she said, my parents were divorced too. And I had to do the same thing with the ticket. So it's like, it's not like this is uncommon. It's not like this is unreasonable, but sometimes, when you're dealing with bad situations, and when you're dealing with a child who at this point should know right from wrong, but when you have a parent that, in my opinion, is not parenting correctly, and when you let the child make all the decisions, then again, what is the point of you being there? But so we had to explain to my stepdaughter how that is wrong. And, we were pretty upset. And I said, how do you think that makes, because she wanted her mom, which is understandable, her mom's girlfriend, and the grandma to go. And I've been in my stepdaughter's life for 11 years. I've known her since she was 3 years old. She's 14 now. And, even if something happens to Peaches, God forbid, but even if something happens to him, I will always be in my stepdaughter's life because I'm the mother of her sister and I'm her stepmother, right? And even if, for whatever reason, I thought we had a great relationship, but her mom and the mom's girlfriend have gotten it in her head that, based on what she said to us over the phone, it's going bad. This is why I was kind of stressed out a few weeks ago. I was really, really upset. But basically what happened was Peaches had to call the school and explain that, we weren't getting our share of the tickets. And, schools it's stressful in California because they won't tell parents anything now. And they won't confirm. Peaches will ask, like, what time does she get out of school on this day? I don't have the school calendar, and they won't tell him. And it's like, it's because of all that, for those that know about what's going on in California, and it's like, if your kid one day decides that they're trans, the school isn't allowed to tell the parents anymore. And so Peaches, basically, we have to find out everything from like friends who have kids that go to the same school. But we had to basically get an extra ticket from the office because we weren't getting the tickets that, was supposed to be fair for our side. And it's because some snake got in my stepdaughter's ear and has been turning her against us. And it's funny because that snake appeared about 6 years ago, same time that the mom started dating the new girlfriend. And after meeting her, it's very apparent, but it was pretty awful. And I was really upset. But, now that I'm not in like the heat of the moment and angry, it's, I can be rational and have a conversation about it. But I couldn't talk about this a few weeks ago. And I typically don't like talking about my personal life, but I think this is something where you guys understand more if I am a little bit more open about it, because it's not a fun situation. And I have people because that don't understand the situation between Peaches and his daughter's mother. They're like, oh, whenever you date someone that's been with someone else or, that has a kid, like they'll always have that bond. It's like there was never a bond there. There was never a bond. There was a woman that was looking to get pregnant, found a drunk guy on his birthday, and, had a one-night stand and got pregnant, which was her goal. And Peaches is in the situation he is, and he loves his daughter. And I love her too. She's an amazing kid. My heart just breaks for her knowing after seeing it in person and having to experience it in person. It breaks my heart knowing that that's what she goes home to. And I don't think it's wrong. I never say anything bad about her mother in front of her. Again, it's because before all of this, her mom was very nice. She was always kind to me. And my thing is like, if you treat, like, I'm going to treat you how you treat me. She was always nice to me. She was very reasonable. And then things changed. And honestly, looking at that situation after seeing the situation that she's in, I actually feel bad for her that she's in that kind of relationship. And I mean, Peaches one day got a call from the school saying, about how the munchkin messaged the school counselor before school because the mom and the girlfriend had a terrible fight so bad. And my stepdaughter, like, she is like a turtle. She goes into her shell. And like, when she doesn't feel it, like, she completely closes herself off, which is not good and not healthy. But something must have terrible happened at that house because she reached out to the school and asked to speak to the counselor before school started. And she was so traumatized by whatever the hell happened that the school called Peaches because obviously he's her father and was like, your daughter doesn't feel safe to the point. And they didn't know that. They didn't know that the school called Peaches. So, we knew about that. And like, so I'm terrified. Like, that's probably my biggest stressful is what is going on to her. And especially seeing her personality change. She used to be so outgoing and so fun, and she loved all these things. And to see over the past 6 years, her personality very much change. And I'm just like, it terrifies me what's going on in her house. And it's awful. So I don't believe in saying bad things about her mother in front of her. And I don't really have anything bad to say about her mother personally. I don't agree with certain situations and certain things that she does, but I'm not going to have that conversation with my stepdaughter unless she directly asks me. But again, I don't believe in doing that. And one of the reasons why is because my parents went through an awful divorce. I have never heard my parents speak ill of each other. Like, there's like that bitching, every now and again, like, oh my God, your dad's snoring, back when they were still together. Or my dad being like, oh my God, your mom at sporting events, like, the normal kind of stuff. But my parents don't talk shit about each other. And they would never even fight in front of us. So, and I think that's the right thing to do. And, I know that is not extended when she goes home. And so when me and Peaches were so angry, and I'm just like, I have seen Peaches hold his tongue at the shit that her mom has done to him and puts him through. And then the fact that my stepdaughter is being taught or not being taught respect, not being taught self-respect, the shit that's going on in her house, like my heart breaks for that. And I do get really angry when I first get this information, but I have to take a step back. And as time goes by, I can, my heat, my anger goes away, and then I'm able to be more rational about it. And I honestly think in this situation with Dan and Shane, they honestly just need to both take a step back, let it die down. And if Dan really wants peace and wants, things to not be bad, and if he feels from what he's told me that, everything's getting blown out of proportion and it's being construed in a way that was not what he was trying to give off, I think they both just need to clear their heads. And if he really wants things to, be good with Shane, which was, according to him, the intention behind the handshake, I think they just need to have a one-on-one conversation and come to terms and not get angry. Just sit there and have a rational conversation. And I know it's possible because I've done it before. So, But if that's the sincere feeling behind it, I think that's what should happen. I have listened to the audio, and it's not good. Mike filming the second handshake or lack thereof did not look good. That looks like they were premeditating something to happen. And Dan agreed with me that it doesn't look good. So I don't know what else to say about this. It's a bad situation. And if certain people really want peace, then clear your emotions, wait until the steam blows off, and then whoever it is that you have a specific beef with, have a rational conversation with them. That's what I would do if you really want to make peace. And if not, if that person isn't worth your time, if that person is causing you anger or strife in any way, do what I do. Block, don't interact, don't look at it, don't acknowledge them. And that, if it's that bad, that person is dead to you. Nothing. Completely cut off, cold turkey, because they're not worth your time. They're not worth your sanity. They're not worth your peace. And I don't know why that's hard of a concept, but that's my opinion. That's my advice. So let's read some of these super chats, which, by the way, thank you. Russell Hall, thank you for the 2. The Sci-Fi Channel did the best job of doing. I read that one. Thank you. Mark's art, thank you for the 5. I got banned on X Twitter for 6 months for just saying men pretending to be women need mental help. Was that on Elon's Twitter? Elon's Twitter, or like regular Twitter? Pre-Elon or Elon's Twitter, but that sucks. Swinging Cod, thank you for the 5. You had it right the first time. Mike doesn't help anything ever. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, I don't get it. Mike was always nice to me. When I ran into him at San Diego Comic-Con, he was nothing but nice to me. He was nice to Peaches. I truly don't get where the animosity and the vindictive behavior towards John, Shane, and Ethan is. I don't understand. And it's like, I was getting told I'm going to hit the wall. There is no insult that John, Shane, and not so much Shane. Shane doesn't really insult me, but that John and Ethan and Cecil haven't thrown at me. Mostly John and Cecil, but that's because we're very good friends, in my opinion. I know John's like, you're internet friends. I'm like, fuck you, bitch. See, just like that. It's like, they're not scary. They're not. Ethan is just a fat guy that draws frogs in his basement. John is just an eyebrowless weirdo that draws superheroes in his room. Cecil is just a fat guy, a fat bald guy that gets drunk and tells jokes on the internet. They're not scary. They're just good at streaming and I mean, Cecil is a top-selling artist, so they're good at streaming, they have charisma, and they're good artists. They're not scary. They're not the boogeyman. So don't be scared of them. It's a very simple concept. It's like 2 + 2 = 4. But some people don't understand that 2 + 2 = 4. Blows my mind. White Guy McGee, thank you for the 2. Shane is hated by Dan for not helping PTP enough. I was on that stream for a second. I never go on the Comics King show, but I went on that show to try to help the situation. And Dan just moved the goalpost. I think you can't have these conversations when you're angry. You just can't. And that whole situation with Patrick, I feel like he just shot himself in the foot over and over and over again. And the resentment for Mandy, the resentment to Shane, Mandy and Shane, who only ever tried to help him. And beware of jealousy, for it is the green-eyed monster. Read Shakespeare. It'll teach you a lot. I feel like, honestly, after being on YouTube and the internet for as long as I have been now, which I never intended to do. I was never like, I'm going to be a YouTuber, guys. This all happened by accident. Everyone who has been here with me since the beginning knows that. Do you know how many Iagos I've met? And not Iago from Aladdin. Iago from Othello. There are so many Iagos that I have met that are so jealous of Othello that they will sabotage everyone they encounter to try to destroy Othello, their version of Othello, whoever they have deemed Othello. And I swear, I have met Iago after Iago. I actually sent someone a link to go watch this scene from it. And I'm just like, I know nobody appreciates Shakespeare anymore, but honestly, it's true. There's a reason why people still study Shakespeare. Stop being an Iago. Okay. 2 Watt Studio, thank you for the 2. You are the hot girl, Anna. Thank you. Let's see. So with -1, thank you for the 5. You better move out of California once your stepdaughter turns 18. LOL. You're insane if you stay there. Don't know why you keep defending Cali. So before California was a state, my family from the Azores came over and were some of the first colonists of California. My family literally bought the land that my dad and my grandma and my uncles live on from the Indians that lived there. They have proof, they have documents, they have all of that. And so, we literally founded a town here in California. And it really sucks the way things have been going. California is beautiful. My family is here. And I know you guys can all judge me for this, but I only have one grandparent left, which is my grandma. And if I move out of state, I probably won't see her as much as I do now. And I mean, I know shit here is getting shitty and sometimes it can suck, but this is where Peaches has a good job here. My stepdaughter is here. My family is here. And yes, my stepdaughter, once she turns 18, maybe we will reassess certain things, but I can't think of any other state that I would want to live in. And my parents are here. Peaches' parents are here. Now that we have a daughter, I don't want my daughter growing up without her grandparents, and I don't want to not see my grandma. I don't want to see her once or twice a year, and then all of a sudden I don't have any grandparents left, and I missed out on so much experiences with my grandma because I live too far away. I already live far enough away as it is. And the only place I've thought about possibly living is maybe on the Nevada side of Lake Tahoe. But that's still, I don't know. but don't come to. I don't like Texas. No offense. I could never live anywhere that doesn't have mountains. And the couple times I've been to Texas, I could never live in Texas. The only time I ever left California where I was like, oh my God, I could live here. It's so beautiful is Switzerland. And there's no way we could possibly move to Switzerland. I did like Nashville, but that's way too far. And the culture, I think, is just too different out there. It's just, I don't know. That'll have to be a conversation between me and Peaches, and that's between us, not the internet. But thank you for the super chat. Drive by Davis, thank you for the 2. What did Shane do to Dan? No one knows, not even Dan. I asked him, and I'm still waiting for the answer. He said that Shane is a liar. And I've asked him what he lied about, and he said, like, the situation with the handshake, and that he said that in their corner, he went and shook everyone's hand, and so Shane is misrepresenting the situation. But I'm just like, but from hearing Shane's side of the story, like, I understand why Shane doesn't like you. So I understand why he wouldn't want to shake your hand and why he would perceive you coming up to him as not good and as a threat. So it's like, it's literally the same situation, but from 2 different points of views. And the facts are the same in both of them. It's just the perception of how things happened and the feelings between how things happened are polar opposites. So I don't know how to explain it any more than that. Mark, sorry, thank you for the 10. Your stepdaughter's mom's girlfriend sounds like a very evil person. I can see why you were so upset. It helps to talk about it and not hold it inside. It isn't healthy. Well, I mean, my family knows about it. Peaches' family knows about it. It's not typically something I would share with the rest of the internet. And I mean, a part of it is that kids sometimes tell tall tales. Like, for instance, one of the things that the mom and the girlfriend screamed at me and Peaches about, mostly me, was something that wasn't true. And I'm just like, I pointed out to Peaches, because if you guys ever watched Frasier, there's a great episode where, because obviously Frasier and his ex-wife Lilith have a son together named Frederick, and there's an episode where Lilith brings Frederick over to Frasier's in Seattle because they live in Boston. So because it's Christmas, and Lilith and Frederick are Jewish, but obviously Frasier isn't. So they're celebrating Christmas. So he typically gets Frederick on Christmas. So Lilith is bringing Frederick, or Freddie. I'm just gonna say Freddie because that's easier. It's not a mouthful like Frederick. But she brings Freddie over to Frasier's for Christmas, and then her plans get ruined. And so she was just gonna go hang out in a hotel. And Frederick was like, no, Mom, stay. And so Freddie wants like a moped, basically. And they both, Lilith already said, no, it's too dangerous for you because you're too young to have one. And Frasier's like, yeah, I agree with your mom. You're too young to have it. And so Freddie does this whole elaborate scheme to try to make it look to Frasier that Lilith wants to get back to him, and trying to get Lilith think that Frasier wants to get back with her. And then he sets it all up, and then he comes in and he's like, oh my God, you guys are getting back together. Oh, I'm so happy. And Lilith figures it out. She's like, no, my kid is trying to manipulate us into thinking we're getting back together and we're going to break his heart. And so Lilith calls him on his bluff because he's trying to set it up so that way he can get his moped. And Lilith figures it out and calls him out. And she's like, I know my fucking son. He's being, manipulative so he can get what he wants. And my stepdaughter told this tall tale to her mom, which is very easily proven, but she knew her mom and the mom's girlfriend weren't going to go and look it up, because the mom's whole thing is like, I believe anything my daughter says. Like, if my stepdaughter went and said 2 + 2 = 6, her mom would believe her, which, again, this is where you should be a parent. If you are a parent, you should be a parent, but that's the situation we're in. And so the Munchkin told her mom and the mom's girlfriend this elaborate lie, which is literally a Google search away from being proven not true. And right after that, she got a cell phone for Christmas. So it's like, that's a kid being a kid, but we could show her the evidence. Like, we could use a calculator and show her 2 + 2 = 4, and she wouldn't believe us. So sometimes it's like you're just talking to a fucking brick wall. But yes, there's a lot of stuff going on, which is literally the cause of pretty much a lot of my stress. And I I just worry about the Munchkin so much and the shit that she's dealing with at home. And honestly, I honestly feel bad for her mom that she's in a situation like that. And I don't know if you guys know the statistic, but look up the statistic on divorces and domestic abuse between certain demographics of couples, and you guys will understand what I'm saying. Daniel John 19, thank you for the 2. Small, big, document everything involving this. I do. Trust me, I do. And I send it all to my mother-in-law because she knows what's going on too, and she's like a genius when it comes to all of this. But stuff is bad, and it's only getting worse. And honestly, I feel like things have skyrocketed in the past year and a half because Peaches and I got married, and now we have a daughter together. And I think some people are very threatened by that because literally it makes the stuff that's going on with Dan and Shane, I don't it's like a brick in the Great Wall of China kind of thing. So yeah, so you guys are ever wondering why I'm exhausted, why I'm stressed out, why I don't have the energy, it's because there's stuff going on in the real life. And now that you guys kind of know, just the tip of the iceberg of it, hopefully you guys understand. 200 Watt Studio, thank you for the 5. Lesbian relationships have a high percentage of divorce and abuse. Thank you for the super chat. Opinionated news guy, thank you for the $2. Get out. Thank you for the super chat. Russell, thank you for the super chat. I don't get why he won't wear the bunny suit. I think that gag is over, but thank you for the super chat. Russell, let's see. You guys want to do a refresh? Let's see how Russell Hall's tweet is doing. Let's check it out. Okay, so right now, before the refresh, 1,600 views, 211 likes. Let's do a little refresh. How's it doing? Okay, 210. I feel like it's getting censored because this is a sexy thing. Oh my, I can't unsee this. Oh my goodness. What is this? Oh, the sad face. I wonder why his voice sounded so high. They're the same picture. Okay. Oh no. We'll see how it does at the end, but good job, Russell. It's tracking well. There's like a good time when I tweet. It's usually like between noon and 2 p.m. is when I'll get the most traction on tweet. Same thing with like YouTube videos. That's when my audience is the most active. Okay. Russell, thank you for the 5. I will say that I felt so bad for John having to sit on the background while Shay screamed at white pussy like he's right there. Oh no. Swinging God, thank you for the 5. Come to West Virginia. Your and Peaches' incestuous marriage will. Oh my God, we're not related. I know that there's like a joke about it, but we are not. He's a monster. Thank you for the 1999. Debbie Dimes 05. What is that? Can somebody decipher this for me? Somebody please decipher this super chat because I don't understand. But thank you for the $20. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Let me check Rumble. Nope. All got up on Rumble Rants. By the way, thank you to everyone that's supporting and watching over on Rumble. Discount Superhero, thank you for the 5. We're here for you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I think I'm all caught up on super chats, but does anybody know how to decipher this? Let's see. Oh, what's up, Damajana? I see you in the chat. What's up, Patrick? Let's see. Sub to Cecil. Let's see. What does this mean? Debbie Dimes. I feel like I need to copy and paste this and look up what he's saying. Is this like an Urban Dictionary thing? I'm gonna look it up. Let's see. I really want to know. I'm curious. It's a TikToker. I don't know if this is inappropriate. I'm gonna click on it, but I'm kind of terrified of what this is. Oh, it says your relationship status in 2024. It's some chick with like that self-love. Oh, ew. So it's just it's a pun about masturbation. Thank you for the super chat, you freak. Thank you. Drive-by Davis, thank you for the 5. That makes no sense. The handshake incident just happened. Dan's had a hate boner for Shane for months. You are being nice. Chat, not so much. Cheers. This is why I said, personally, in my opinion, after hearing Shane's side of the story and then in the past 24 hours hearing Dan's side of the story, and I like Dan and I like Shane, and I'm trying to give, obviously I heard the audio before talking to Dan, and I think it sounded really bad. I think what the footage from Mike made it look really, really bad, and after the whole blowout previously, I think it looked really, really bad. But giving Dan the benefit of the doubt in this situation, Dan's always been nice to me. I've been friends or internet friends with him for years. I've met Dan in person. And so I'm looking at this as someone who is trying to see both sides of the story. And again, the incidents and facts are all the same from both Shane and Dan. It's just one person's perception of what's going on and what's being said versus another. And in my opinion, I think Dan has snakes in his ear. Just looking at that piece of shit writer that he has and the shit that he's saying, and the fact that he won't, when Ethan's on a stream with him and he won't say any of that shit to his face, but he'll go ahead and post the most horrendous shit on Twitter. And that's somebody that's in Dan's inner circle that he works with. Also other people that have said horrible things about John, Shane, and Ethan that, I feel like there's snakes in his ear, and that's unfortunate to see. And you might say I'm being too nice. Before, I think, let me put this out there. Everyone was shocked when Dan came out and did the hill turn like he did, because nobody expected that from him. He was friends with Ethan for 30 years, and Ethan was shocked by that. So it's not like somebody is like, oh, no wonder that, that person, like I always had this feeling about them. Nobody had that feeling about Dan, which is why it makes me feel like there is a snake. And after talking to Dan, I mean, he just, from my perception of it, it just seems like he's really upset and he thinks that everything is getting twisted. And I told him, this looks really bad. This looks really bad. Since you're asking me, here is my opinion. I don't typically try to insert my opinion about that kind of stuff unless I'm directly asked about it. So if he really wants peace and he doesn't, I feel like he just needs to wait until he's cooled down about this. And then if he wants to talk to Shane and work things out, which obviously I feel like based on going up to him and saying that he wants to have a handshake with him and, man to man, no animosity, then I think and Shane is a very reasonable person. If you reach out to Shane when, not hot and angry and just have a one-on-one reasonable conversation where nobody gets angry, nobody raises their voice. And it's, I think, a really big problem, especially on the internet and in real life as well, is people don't listen to listen. They listen to respond. And I'm sure all of you have been in that situation where somebody's talking to you and you're not even listening to what they're saying. You're just waiting for them to stop talking so you can respond. I don't think that's good. I don't think that's healthy. And I think, I think that's one of the reasons why Joe Rogan is so good and so popular at what he does, because that's what Joe Rogan does. Joe Rogan sits there and he listens to his guests and he asks them, he's listening to them talk, they're telling him their story, and then he's actually listening to them and he's like, okay, you believe that Atlantis is actually in Africa and it's this place called the Eye of the Sahara? He's engaged and he's listening to what he's saying. Hi, Tulip. Oh, is Peach just trying to give you a bath? Tulip only comes out here when he's trying to give her a bath. Hi, Tulip. Do you want to come up? Come here, Tulip. Come here, Tulip. Here we go. My one-eyed weirdo. My poor doggy. Thank you. Just so sweet. What is it? Oh, I know. You're trying to just nobody makes fun of you. My poor baby. My puppy. Oh, my puppy princess. My princess. Oh, puppy. My puppy. My puppy to my puppy. Everybody say hi, Tulip. Hi, Tulip. My puppy. My sweet, sweet doggy. She only comes out here when Peaches is trying to give her a bath, so he's probably trying to give her a bath. She comes out here and hides. She thinks I'm going to protect her. But I think you need a bath. I think you need a bath, and I think you need your nails cut, little girl. I love you. You're my puppy. My puppy. My puppy. Dixie's probably getting a bath right now. Okay, let's go down. It's too hot, Papa. It's too hot. It's like 100 degrees in here. But I completely lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. That just completely derailed the. Let me reread this super chat. That makes no sense. The handshake incident just happened. Fuck. What was I saying? If anyone can remind me what the hell I was saying, I'd appreciate it. What was I saying? We were giving advice on peace, listening. Oh, thank you, Holocron. Yeah, I think that's why Joe Rogan is so good, because he's not there to like respond. He's literally just listening to what he's listening to the information people are telling him, and he's intrigued, and he asks them questions based on what they tell him. So, but like even when you're doing a live stream, half the people are just waiting for you to shut up so that way they can say what they want to say, right? And that's why I think Joe Rogan is so popular, because he knows the golden secret, which is he's not listening to respond. He's actually listening, right? He's not trying to insert himself onto other people. That would ruin his podcast. He's listening to listen and to take in what these people are saying to him. And I think if Dan and Shane or Dan and Ethan want to have some kind of understanding, that's how it needs to be. And I don't know if that's possible with the level of animosity there is now between them, but that would be my advice. Okay, Russell Hall, thank you for the 2. I try to insert my in a lot of places. Well, thank you, Russell. We know. Opinionated News Guy, thank you for the 5. Is this about Lawless? No. Sorry, Dan Fraga. He was just on CG King's Monday. What did I miss between now and then? By the way, F California. Oh, well, thank you for the super chat. No, it's about Fraga. Let's see. Shane, Shake, Tulip. Shane got to meet Tulip in real life. Okay. Well, guys, we are 1 like away from 500 likes. Please smash that like button, please, and thank you. Thank you. I've been streaming for over 2 hours. Let me check my baby monitor. Last time I went in there, oh, is my baby in her bed? Oh, my baby's sleeping. My baby's sleeping. Oh my gosh, it's 9. I didn't realize it was that late. Oh my gosh. I guess I did start at whatchamacallit, at 6:30. Let's see. Okay, well, so next week, let me just go over my calendar. So next week, I will be here, but the week after that, on the 9th, on June 9th, I will not be here. The week after, 4th of July, we go camping up by Tahoe. So I probably won't have any internet or cell reception unless we like go to different lakes. But I'm going to be off the grid for that week, so I will be gone. So I will not be here for this stream. I already told the guys I won't be here on the landing party. So not next week, but the week after, I'm going to be MIA. I'll be off in the wilderness. If I don't come back, hopefully I didn't get eaten by a bear. Hopefully I didn't die. But there we go. So, but next week, I'm hoping to have a Stargate episode. I asked, I'm probably going to pronounce his name horribly. I asked Joseph Malzoe. Is that how you say his name? He was one of the executive producers on SG1 and SGA. So I asked him to come on so we could like have an in-depth conversation about Stargate. For those that don't know, I'm a huge Stargate fan as well. I'm probably one of the only people on the planet that prefers, like, my favorite is Stargate Atlantis. I thought they had gold with that show, and it's tragic what happened, but I'm really excited to have him on, and I think it's going to be next week. So if you guys are Stargate fans, make sure you're here next week, and I will have that live stream up and ready, early. Hopefully I can make a pretty cool thumbnail for it, but I'm so excited. So that is going to be a whole nerd centric episode. So I hope you guys are excited. Let's see. Opinion News Guy, thank you for the 2 OF fake gangster. Thank you for the super chat. Drive by Davis, thank you for the 5. Dan said Shane's reason his kids were not at the con. Go re-listen to the clip. That's some serious gaslighting. He is dirtworming you, Anna. Beware. Listen, I understand. I'm not stupid. I'm a woman. I know when somebody is trying to gaslight me. I did not say I agreed with what Dan did. He told me the situation from his point of view, and I gave him my opinion because he was asking for it. And I gave him my advice on how to handle the situation. I did not touch that. I told him it sounded bad, which is true. I didn't go into details. I personally, when you're there for work, I don't see why you would bring your kids. I met Dan at San Diego Comic-Con. He didn't have his kids or his wife with him there. Dan lives in Georgia, and this con was in Dan, I believe, lives like around Atlanta, and this was in Charlotte, North Carolina. I don't know why you would bring your wife and kids up there, because it's like, I think Shane lives in North Carolina, so that's like pretty close for him, I think. I could be wrong. I don't know the geography of. Let me go look. Okay, here we go. I can't believe I shut Google Earth already. Okay. Let me look at a map. Give me a second, because I don't want to talk out of my ass for this. Okay. How do you get this to go away? Okay, here we go. Let me switch it to, let's do Piking Transit. Let's just do traffic, I guess. Okay. I don't know exactly where Shane lives in this situation. I know Dan lives in Georgia and Shane lives in, where, let me see. Terrain? Hiking? I don't know. How do you just do plain? Okay, maybe terrain. I don't want to see okay, so Charlotte's right here. I want to turn this off. No, I want to do terrain. No? Let's turn off traffic. Okay, maybe that's it. Yeah? Okay, yes, there we go. That's what I wanted. So Charlotte's right here and Atlanta's right. Okay, so it's closer than I thought. That's a shorter drive than what I'm going to be doing on Friday. Okay, so Dan lives somewhere in this area in Charlotte's at the bottom. Oh my God, stop. So Charlotte's at the bottom of North Carolina. I don't know why. I thought it was like up here. So Charlotte's at the bottom. Gosh, nothing is in South Carolina. Okay, so from here to here, how long of a drive is that? I don't know. But so for Shane, I don't know where he lives in North Carolina, but I know Shane does live in North Carolina. So Shane is somewhere in this state. So this is in Shane's state. And I think it's easier just for 2 adults and a kid to jump in a car versus Dan has a pretty big family. Like what, Dan has 4 or 5 children and a wife, plus all of the stuff he would have to bring. I think that's a little bit much to go across a state or 3 states pretty much. Well, like, I don't know, a state and like a quarter of a state to get up to Charlotte. So I don't know if Dan usually brings his wife and kids to cons, but that kind of seemed to me a little petty. Like, because since Shane brought up that Yanzi wasn't there and then, Dan shot back with his kids being there, but I don't know if this is typically a con that Dan would bring his kids. I don't know if anyone here knows the research or the lore on if Dan has brought his kids to this con in the past, but that typically to me doesn't seem like I would understand if this was in Atlanta and he's like, oh, my kids didn't come because that's literally where you live and it's not like hauling your whole family across a couple states. But I don't know if that was just a clap back or not, but I didn't touch it. I just said it looked bad and it sounded bad because it did. It did. And I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying this is based on what I saw. And if you were being sincere, here is my advice. And here is how I would handle it. Either wait until you both have cooled off and then have a conversation one-on-one. Don't get mad. Don't yell. Don't scream. Try to see where the other person is coming from. And I know Shane's a very reasonable person when he's not, angry. So if you try to explain to Shane where you're coming from and you don't go to insults, you don't scream at him, you say your piece and Shane will respond and then you can respond, but have a civil conversation. It's, but I didn't get into the specifics because I just, at that point, it's just like, I'm not going to get into like the petty bickering of it. If you want to resolve things, here's how in my opinion, how you can resolve them. And if it's not worth it, then block, ignore, don't engage. That's my advice. But thank you for the super chat. Oh my goodness. Meow, thank you for the $50 super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Do I have to touch my toes again? All right, I will. Okay. I'll do a side one. Now I'm going to do a front one. Okay. There we go. Thank you for the $50 super chat. CG needs less drama and more yoga. Well, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. I am going to be able to buy my daughter a formula for the summer. So thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Thank you for the two $50 super chats and the $200 super chat from Patrick T. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I am all caught up on super chats and Rumble rants. So if there's anything else you guys want me to talk about, I've been going for over 2.5 hours. I guess I can pull it up to 3, but let's see. Let's see. Anna is more Hobbit every day. I am a Hobbit. I am a voice of reason. Who would have thought that the Whammon has empathy and compassion? Sorry. Jack Show Eating Contest. Yes, tomorrow on Cecil's channel, all of us are getting 120 chicken nuggets from Chick-fil-A. Let's see. Okay, I have to pee. Good. You deserve it, Anna. Thank you, ads80. And I did see your email. I did not want to remove your wrench because I like you. And I only wrench people who I trust their judgment. So I heard that people were giving ads 80 shit for, muting and whatnot. Guys, if I have wrenched someone, that's because I'm trusting their judgment on something. And I have my rules on my channel are no spamming, no politics, and, don't say anything appropriate. Like, don't start typing the N-word. Don't spam. Don't say super inappropriate shit that's going to get my channel in trouble. And I've seen ads 80 in the chat for years. If he thought it was inappropriate and decided to hide it, then I trust his judgment on it. Okay? And that goes for all of my mods. I haven't had a rogue mod in a long time. If I do, send me an email with screenshots letting me know what's going on and I can take care of it. But, that's how I feel about it. So, ads 80, if you really want me to remove your wrench, I will, but I don't want to. It's a privilege that I don't give out to everyone. So, I hope you can accept it. It is my gift to you. You have the power. Let's see. Okay. Nick Ricada had a mod that hated me. Well, what did you do? Let's see. Oh, let's see. You're welcome, Ads80. Can I have a wrench? No, I don't know you. I haven't seen you. If you're one of the people that changes your name constantly in my chat, but Drive By Davis, I haven't. No offense, I'm not as familiar with you as I am some other people. So, let's see. Let's see. Oh, thank you. Let's see. Swift -1, thank you for the 2. You're afraid to go on Cecil's Coat File show. Cecil doesn't send me a link. I don't know what Cecil's deal is. He is like, I don't know, he's becoming a bit of a snob. Cecil is too good for a lot of things now. Cecil doesn't send links to his Coat Files. Cecil doesn't even tell us when he's streaming. Cecil doesn't even post on Twitter when he's streaming. That fat, bald loser is just like, I'm too good for all of you guys now. I'm like this close to 20,000 subs. I'm not going to send my friends link. I'm not going to tell them that I'm streaming. So, yeah, I haven't been invited onto Coat Files. Just like John won't invite me and Cecil on his members only show. They're becoming snobs. Stay humble. Stay humble. You fat, drunken loser, and you eyebrowless freak. Deranged lunatic, aka DL. And honestly, in John's, I think he's mad at me because I called out his deep, passionate love for Shane Davis. That's what I think it is. He's insecure because I called it out, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's a joke, it's a joke." And then all of you guys saw I'm fucking right. You guys all saw it. Deranged lunatic, aka DL. Thank you for the 199. OMG, you trust Russell with a wrench? Is Russell wrenched? Is he? I don't know. Listen, Russell is a treasure. Not everybody understands Russell. Let's see. Opinionated news guy, thank you for the 2. Cecil is a dill. Oh my gosh. Cecil is special. Cecil is special. Let's see. Oh. What is it? No, she's still sleeping. I don't know why my baby monitor's going off, but she's sleeping. It says that there's sound. Maybe it's the dogs or the TV or something. Ah! I just dropped my baby monitor. Let's see. Oh. All right, guys. Well, I think I talked about everything I want to talk about. So thank you. Make sure that you guys are subbed to my live channel. Let me put the link in here. Okay. Oh my god, now I gotta pee, guys. Oh, tweet update. I will give it in a second. Okay. So, guys, make sure that you guys are following my live channel. So it's easy. It's that Star Wars Girl Live. So I re-upload my live streams onto this channel. So all of the past live streams that I do are up on this channel. So you guys can go there. You guys can check them out. Because what I do on this channel is I make my live streams members only. They are still available on Rumble. I know a lot of people don't like watching Rumble because there's too many ads. I tried watching something on Rumble and I get it. I totally understand. It annoys me too. So if you don't mind waiting a day or two, go up on my live channel and watch. So if you guys want, go and go watch my live channel. Go subscribe to my live channel. That way you can watch my live streams that have been re-uploaded onto here. So my past TSWG lives, they're up. You guys can go watch them. You guys can go check them out. And this one will be re-uploaded. I have to wait a couple hours here to download it, and then I can re-upload it onto my live channel. So I'll probably do that later tonight. You're subscribed to yourself. Yes, I am, because I want to make sure the notifications work, and that way I can see when people comment and stuff. I don't typically do that, but I was having problems with this channel before because I had a live stream that I did on this channel. It was my in-depth review of Cuties. For those that don't know, I watched Cuties because I was like, there's no way this is real, like the way that it is. So I watched it thinking that it was just being blown out of proportion, and it was far worse than I could possibly imagine. And so I had like a viral, like it didn't do very good on here, but it went viral on this channel. And it got so bad that YouTube took it down. And so I was getting, I was trying to see as like what a subscriber sees on my channel. And so, yeah, I am subscribed to this channel so I can see, because I premiere these. So they play like a live stream. And so I want to make sure my notifications are there, and I get different type of, well, basically when you're subscribed to a channel, you see, oh, this person posted a video, this person made a post. And so I'm trying to make sure that everything goes good. So I get to see it from the point of view as being the channel owner, as well as like what you guys see. So that's the science behind it, if that made any sense. But so yeah, here's, I might do this hair again. I might do it. This is like, I used a toner on my hair and it made my hair like this really pretty color. I might do it again. I spent so much money and I fried my hair going to this blonde though. So I don't know. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this a pretty hair color on me? What do you guys like better, this or the blonde? Let me click on it so you guys can see. Just click to a random part of the stream. What do you guys think? This hair color? This one or that one? The face I'm making is funny. This or that? Oh, what's up, Katie? I just touched up my roots tonight. Katie, the girl butchered my fucking hair. But you all know. This blue hair? No, the color now. Really? Okay, so this isn't good? Okay. Okay, I'll stop. But go subscribe to my live channel if you guys want to get my live stream. Your face can do anything, man. Well, thank you. I like both. I like brown, brunette, jet black with a part in the middle. The only problem with that is I have a lot of black clothes, and black hair with black clothes just makes me, I don't know, I feel like drab. I don't know. I thought black hair was cool for a long time, but then I realized I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know. It kind of made me feel like cheap and ghetto, because maybe it's just where I live, but a lot of the girls, like, they'll just go jet black, and then like, I think it's because, like I said, it's so much cheaper to just dye your hair black than it is to like go blonde or get a balayage or have highlights or maintain a different color. And like, once you go black, it's just the only way to get your hair a different color that's not black is to like bleach it and destroy it. So, you know, jet black with cornrows. Oh my God, no. No. Opinionated news guy, thank you for the super chat. You have super milkers now. Just saying. Well, thank you. Guess that's what happens when you have a baby. A deranged lunatic, aka DL. Thank you for the super chat. Cecil said he would send you the link if you want. Oh, is Cecil streaming right now? Is that why? Listen. Usually, when people are doing a show, like, Ethan's not stingy with the link. Anytime Ethan does a show, he puts the link in the chat. He's like, here's this stream. Same thing with John. Cecil, except unless John's doing his member-only stream, then he only sends it to Shane. But Cecil's like, I'm not going to tell all of you guys when I'm live. I'm too good for you all now. I got the Coat Files. I am almost at 20K subs. I'm Cecil Says now. And, hello. But he doesn't send us the link. He doesn't even tell us when he's streaming. He's too good for all of us now. He's leaving us in the dust. So that's Cecil for you. But thank you. I don't want his pity link to his stream. Thank you for the super chat. Let's see. He needs a princess crown. He does. Maybe I should send him a fucking tiara for his birthday. You were right. I'm gonna send him a princess tiara, some gloves. I don't know if they make them for fat people, but I'll send him some gloves. I'll send him a princess sash and a princess crown for his bald head. How's that? He's struggling for that 20K subs for quite a bit now. Hey, I've been like, oh my gosh, I get up to like 250,000 and then YouTube wipes like 6,000 subscribers from me. It's awful. It's so awful, YouTube right now, but you know. Oh, thank you, Kate. See, Katie's so nice. Anna, you look gorgeous tonight. The hair and the makeup. Katie, I discovered the trick. I'd never heard about this before, where you put like bright red under your eyes, like where your bags are. You put bright red, you blend it in, and then you put your concealer over it, and it gets rid of your bags. And it works because, like, right here, maybe it's from my stress and my exhaustion, I get the little, and it works. I'm like, this is amazing. This is the best trick ever. But thank you. I appreciate it. I tried. I learned something new and it worked. That never happens. But thank you. Sub to Katie's channel. Yes, absolutely. I'm subscribed to Katie's channel and I like watching the clips. Damn, I tried. Dude, do it. And I went to Sephora because I had a gift card and I was just going to get new concealer. And the girls there showed it to me. And I was like, how did you do that? But I just went to Target and I got I don't know if it's CoverGirl or Maybelline, but it's, let me see. See if I can find it. It's those things that like Okay, so this is what I got. Is it Maybelline? Yes, it's Maybelline. Okay, so I'll show you exactly what I bought. Okay, so Katie, this is what I got. Oh my God, come on. Let me get that. Okay, so here we go. Oh my God, Cecil did send me the link. What the hell? Here we go. Okay, so Katie, this is what I got because I try out things with cheap makeup before I try it out with expensive one. So I bought this. It's the Maybelline. So I got the red thing. They have it in green. They have it in a couple other colors because like green is like for acne and stuff. But so you get this, and then I got like my shade of concealer. And so you use this, you blend it in with that egg sponge, and then you get your regular concealer color and you put it on over it and you blend it in, and it gets rid of the dark circle. Like, see, look at this dark circles. Eye color, like maybe let's see. Is there like a before and after? Yes, like you do that, and then it's fucking magic. I swear. I'm like, this is a makeup trick that actually fucking works. So, see, like this girl, you see this? It's fucking amazing. Like I might actually invest in like the expensive version of this because right now I'm just using the cheap one, and it's fucking amazing. Try this. If you have dark like circles under your eyes, it's amazing. And I only get it like right here. Like right here. And it's not even that bad, but the girl just showed it to me and I was like, oh my God. She was like trying to upsell me this like brand called Huda, which I'd never heard of. And it's like, I guess she's some like famous Instagram TikToker that lives in Dubai and she has a makeup line and they're really trying to sell it to me. And the girl did this. I was like, wait, what the hell is that? But I'm like, I'm not going to go spend like a couple $100 on this new product that I never fucking heard of. So I was like, I'll try the drugstore version of it and then I'll figure out what brand I want to use. But no, it's amazing. It fucking works. If you don't want to break the bank, literally just get this, which is what I use, and it works really good. So that's what I would recommend. But it's amazing. It just like changed my whole face. I'm like, oh my God, I'm awake now. I look great in pictures. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. But girls crack me up. We appreciate the extra effort. That's for sure. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Cecil says you have the link on Twitter. Why do I need to go on Cecil's stream now? He was too good to send it to me before. What's going on? No, guys, I've been streaming for hours. I was in the pool today. I need to go take a shower and then go to bed. But yeah, okay. So I have to go check on that tweet. But so next week, hopefully, if Joseph can come on, is going to be a Stargate Central show. Okay, let me see. I feel like this was more before. So let's check on the tweet. It'll probably, do better. But okay, so bruh, thank you to Russell for pointing this out. It's the same picture, right? So let me refresh. All right, I'm actually kind of disappointed. I thought this would have more, but it's probably getting censored for explicit content, which happens. But so Russell, that's pretty good. 276. Everyone that's seen it is laughing. But yeah. Oh, I just got this. Oh my goodness. But yeah, Russell, people are having a hilarious reaction to your tweet. So congratulations. Thank you for that. Russell, I still stand by it. I think you need a Twitter man. Yeah, that's the same fucking picture. That is the same picture. It's terrifying. Like, I can't get over that. Oh my gosh. See, this is what my hair would look like short. I'm so tempted to like give myself the like Alita bob. I had it like a decade ago and I liked it, I think it was a decade ago. I don't know. It was a while ago. But super late in the East Coast right now. Let's go stream snipe Cecil. I really have to pee. I've been streaming for hours. I got the caffeine. I know I'd regret it. It actually doesn't look bad on me. I actually like it. Okay, here we go. Should I pop in for a second to Cecil's stream? Maybe I will. I'll run inside and go pee. But here, don't cut your hair. Keep it. Well, Katie, now that I've discovered extensions, it'd be pretty easy to go short to long. Okay, here's Cecil. Everybody, go over to Cecil's channel. I am all caught up on super chats. Thank you so much for everyone.
She better be fucking gone.
Go and go spam Cecil's chat.
And
Say
by
Anna sent you. I'm gonna call it a
And I
night.
mean
I gotta
shallow
pee.
grave.
I'll probably run
No,
over
in Minecraft,
for a
in
second. But go spam Cecil's chat. Say Anna sent you. Thank you everyone so much for watching. This stream will stay up for a couple hours before it goes members only, just so people can catch up and watch it. But I fucking God, I can't even think I have to pee. But this will be up for a little bit, and then it'll be re-uploaded onto my live stream channel. So make sure you're subscribed over there. It'll stay up on Rumble, but I get it. There's so many ads on Rumble. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Go and let Cecil know that I sent you. Go say Anna raid. I might pop over there for a little bit. I really have to pee though, and I probably will get something to eat and talk to Peaches for a little bit. But I will see you guys all later. Thank you so much for hanging out. If you guys are not subscribed, make sure that you guys are subscribed or still subscribed in case YouTube removed you. But guys, I will see you all later. Go raid Cecil. Bye.
I'll tell you where I thought I came in the forest, when the lightsaber goes like this and flies off. I said, oh, what a great entrance. Ah! Ray caught it? She hasn't even been to Dagobah for training.